check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. We are back at this thing again. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Everybody looking good.
Yeah. Solid.
Swear, man, I can't lie, man. Like coming to this space and seeing y'all faces be making my week low key, man. I like, you know what I'm saying, seeing y'all enthusiastic, smiling, everybody in good spirits to break down the topic that we're gonna discuss, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me for sure. Another thing, man, Crusader Nation is in the building deep as hell already. Salute to everybody that pulled up to kick it with us. Make sure that y'all tap that like button if you ain't got the chance to already. We appreciate everybody for showing love already. Latrice Whitaker, we appreciate you. Yeah, man, it's gonna be one of them ones, man. We're gonna break down platonic friendship. Something that's very, very, very controversial. Something that, we have a lot of different opinions on. Some people have hard, firm stances, and some people are like, it kind of depends. So we're gonna break down, the whole process of getting there. What does that mean to you? All of these things, and also helping people navigate who are in the situation, who may, have a friend of the opposite sex and they in a new relationship, and they just trying to figure out, how do I navigate this thing without ruining my relationship. So hopefully they'll be able to take something from this discussion that we have tonight. But as always, before we get started, let me introduce this amazing panel that we have here this evening. First and foremost, my boy Nigel from Unspoken Atlanta is in the building. D. Saida is back again in the building. Roman is in the building with us. OT himself is in the building with us, fresh off of work, looking drained, but we're going to see if we can pick that energy up just a little bit. He said, I'm here. Miss D. Taylor is in the building with us. The security boss is in the building with us. And last but not least, my dog, Philosophical, is in the building with us on this glorious evening. As I said, we're going to break down platonic friendship. But before we do, of course, we always got housekeeping. Our merchandise is available on cruiseseason.com. If y'all ain't tapped in and bought y'all hoodies and beanies and t-shirts and everything, that's Cruise Season on everything that y'all see us wearing, that y'all be asking about. Hey, man, how can I get that sweater? How can I get that tee? It's dope. That's the powder blue right there, man, if y'all ain't tapped into that. But yeah, all of that's available online, cruiseseason.com. Make sure y'all go support if y'all hadn't supported already. Am I missing anything, housekeeping wise?
We got something coming Friday. I don't know if they know or not. But yeah.
Speaking of, man, all these questions that we get in the Facebook inbox, the Instagram inbox, the TikTok inbox, y'all been going crazy with that. And we've been trying to answer as many of them as we can on the Instagram live streams and stuff, but it ain't enough. So we're gonna add an extra live stream. YouTube, we're gonna be live on Friday. We ain't came up with the time yet, but we're gonna be live on Friday. Whole new segment. It's gonna be strictly the gang up there answering questions. Y'all get to come up there, fire away. Also, we're going to get our subscription situation back started. So after this week, on those live streams on Fridays, we're going to only take questions from the subscribed members of Cruise Season. But let's round of applause for a new segment. So, yeah, man, it's going to be dope. Everybody keep on asking us, man, we're not going to just have a panel to where y'all just answering questions and that's it. Boy, here we are, Friday. So make sure y'all tap in for that. But as far as tonight, man, let's get to business. Like I said, we discussing platonic friendship. Oftentimes in a relationship, people have friends of the opposite sex. Some they grew up with, some they just met last week. But regardless, they have friends of the opposite sex, right? And a lot of times that causes confusion. That causes difficulty within a relationship. One party may not be, as enthusiastic to see this person that you keep bringing around, and that's the homie, man. It ain't even look be to the face. That's what I'm. So again, you got to understand these are issues that people dealing with. So we're gonna unpack it like we always do. We're gonna set some foundation because I feel like the word friend gets thrown around very, very loosely. So I want to get everybody's definition on how they define a friend. What is a friend to you? Nigel, we're gonna start with you. Welcome to the stage, gang.
What's good? Friendship, shoot, at least 10 years in my book. That's how I'm looking at it. I mean, unless now it's levels to friendship. I mean, obviously you're gonna be cordial with people that you work with. You're gonna meet, people, out and about. But majority of the time we already know like the consistent people and whoever we're dating in life. Like we don't see them when we was doing the dating stage before we made them our girl or our boyfriend, whatever you know what I'm saying. So you already know whether or not you just met them last week or they've been rocking with you for a minute. You know what I mean? It's just up to you. Like I mean, how smart are you? That's the question. Should be the real question. Are you really paying attention? Do you really even care? You know what I'm saying? So I think that what it boils down to from the jump.
I like it. I like it. First off, before we go any further, Miss Queen has joined us this evening. Give her just due round of applause, man. Welcome to the stage. And since she's here, she can go next. We are defining friendship. You know
And
what I'm saying?
that's an amazing hat. That's an amazing hat. I just want to let you know.
Yes.
I
The
agree,
stardust
man.
on your head, you know.
I mean, whoa, wrong. Marge.
I thought we was boys. I thought we was boys.
Kick him off the stage. Any Dallas Cowboy disrespect will not be tolerated on this stage.
Period.
You understand me? Please. But yeah, but yeah. So we discussing platonic friendship, man, and again, I gave a bit of context behind it. A lot of people are in relationships where they got friends of the opposite sex, and oftentimes that becomes an uncomfortable conversation. So before we get to unpacking how we get there and what that looks like, we're gonna lay some foundation like we always do. How would you define a friend? I feel like friend just get thrown around a lot. How would you define it?
How would I define a friend? Is my audio good? Damn, my friend is like a keeper. Like, am I my brother's keeper? You know that phrase. My friends are ride or die. Like, they have been there through thick and thin. No judgment. No judgment. They continue to show up no matter what phase I have been through in life. And they see me. They love me. They know me. And they love every entity of me, whether it's my pets, my husband, my other friends. If I ask, they're showing up. They've shown up for people they don't even know. So I would probably say my friend, when I think of a friend, I think of my right arm.
I like that. I like that a lot. Rona, how would you define a friend to you?
It's a title I do not give loosely at all. It's battle tested. It's a person I can trust and confide in because without trust, you can never say you love that person. I can speak life into that person and vice versa. When it comes to a friend, I have seen them at their absolute worst and talked them to the best part of that they didn't even see. And it's not even for myself, it's because I don't like to see you at a certain spot. So they do the same thing for me. So when it comes to like a friend, that's something that's earned. Because if you're too loose with your friendship, you wonder why you get fucked. So
Well said. I agree. SB,
Straight up.
friendship. What does that look like to you?
It looks like someone you can trust. Be honest with. You can rely on, that has your back. No matter what, it's like good or bad, they're there with you. Yeah, that's about it.
I agree. OT, friendship.
Can y'all hear me good? Y'all know how my mic be crazy. Friendship to me is like extended family, almost like your favorite cousin. You got them close relatives like that you like to have around a lot of times. Those people you share the intimate moments with. A lot of times, those moments, you could have some dirt on them. Or y'all don't have dirt on each other. Y'all done did something together y'all shouldn't have done, but it's like it's just y'all two, so y'all know what it is. So that's kind of what it is. It's just somebody that's like Sheba said, your right arm, your right hand.
I like that. I like that. Miss Saida, friendship.
I agree with pretty much what everybody said, but when I think about a friend, it's like someone that I can be vulnerable with, someone that I can trust. And everybody wants to ride the limo with you, but not everybody's going to help you to push, when it breaks down. So mostly who's been there for me or with me in my bad times. because a lot of people is going to be with you when everything is good. So when something is wrong, when something is not working, who is the person that you go with? That's a friend, you know, because you don't want to share bad news or something that is happening to you with everybody. And nowadays, everybody's like sharing everything on social media, and they think that they're your friends. No. So we have to know how to differentiate, you know, who's a friend, who's acquaintance, who's a coworker, who's the friend that goes out to drink that I don't want to call him friends. It's just people that you hang out with. So for me, it's more like someone that I can really, really be vulnerable with.
I agree 1,000%. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, before we go forward, welcome Indy and everybody, and congratulations to Sire.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts. Let's get that round of applause. We can touch that properly, man. This Saida has crossed the threshold, man. Real quick. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on the other side, man?
I didn't know how to feel actually. I'm still in shock. But it's different. It's different. I think it's the person that respected my boundaries, and I also respected his. So yeah, it was everything was respectful. I did not lie. I've been, you know, because a lot of people really like were texting me saying things that I wasn't single and things like that. So I I don't think that I needed to you know, give any explanations to nobody, but hey, I keep it private as much as I can because that's what I want to do, and then, you know, I will share whatever I want to share. Simple as that. But yeah, it feels great. Thank
There
you.
we are, man. Congratulations again. Congratulations again. That is beautiful. See, in my old age, right? I'm, I'm starting to really just love, man. Like the younger me, I didn't really care like that. All right, cool, congrats. But the older me, as I age and I get grays in my beard and things of that nature, I love seeing that. So
Yeah.
congratulations. Miss Indy, welcome to the stage, man. Um,
Hello, hello.
all right, you good to go?
Hello.
All right, we're gonna get to ill, and then we're gonna come right to you, Indy. But ill, talking about friendship, bro. What does friendship mean to you?
Um, Everybody kind of gave great answers, but just somebody that you can be your most vulnerable with. You know what I'm saying? You feel like crying, you cry. You feel like screaming, you scream. Like you just somebody that you don't have no inhibitions with. You just be yourself. Somebody that believes in you when nobody else does, even when you don't believe in yourself. You know, that person's always there to pick you up and give you some advice. They're willing to, help you with your dreams, either, physically, verbally, or even sometimes economically. Like they're willing to invest in what they can do to help you at any time, you know, and just somebody just who's really down for you, not coming around based on who you associated with, but just who deal with you for you. But like I said, everybody pretty much gave good answers, but just somebody you can really be vulnerable and be yourself with, and who can handle your imperfections. Because a lot of times, we be friends with people when things are sunshiny and when they always act how we want them to act. But sometimes you feeling away. You may wake up one day and don't want to deal with nobody, and you might say something to your friend you regret or do something to your friend you regret. But can they still be your friend? Can they accept your moment of imperfection? Can they accept your moment of just not being your whole self and still be your friend? That's a friend. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well said, bro. Miss Indy, friendship. What does that mean to you?
So for me, I think I don't use the friend word very loosely, because that means that that's someone in my circle who's gonna hold me accountable, right or wrong. So that means that if they see me slipping or they know that I have certain goals, like they're in my innermost circle. So that means that they're like family to me. So again, it's not always easy to hold the people that you love accountable or like tell them when they're, you know, mirroring back to them when they're not doing what they're supposed to do. It's someone that I can confide in, um, and be vulnerable with, even if I don't feel like it's something that I feel comfortable sharing with. I know personally, like everyone that I consider a friend, like I said, is like family to me. Like they come over for holidays, our kids are all playing together. Um, and yeah.
Well said. I like it. Miss B. Taylor, friendship. What does that mean to you?
I mean, I have a different level with friends. Like, so I think I am a person who does use that in the past too loosely. But now, like, I have a community of people. Like, I have friends, and then I have a best friend. And then I'm a believer of like, sometimes your friends can be your soulmate, not a romantic, but like your soulmate, as in like, that is the person that God sent in your life that's going to handle a lot of things that you're probably going to go through. The other people will just be like, I ain't got time for that. Call me when things are looking up, you know. But those friends that's riding out through the mud with you, those are your soulmates. Like, even relationships, like, people don't ride out with you the way some of your friends ride out. Even if they know you wrong, they like, I'm gonna tell you later, but I'm gonna ride out with you. Like, I got your back. Like, that person you can call on, you trust. Like, I remember I just had so many bad experiences in my past with friends. And when I went to college, I was like, I prayed about it. I was like, I want to meet a best friend. Like, I want her to look like this. I want her to be like kind of like me, but the opposite, because I need somebody to kind of tone me down a little bit. And like, I remember walking around the college campus, I ain't had no real like friends, and I was like lonely, but I just knew like that friend was coming. And I met her like 2 weeks later after I said that prayer, and she's been my friend for over 10 years. And that's like, now it's like at a point, she's not my friend, she's not my best friend, she's my sister at this point. So I feel like when they're like family, like, you don't even call your friend like friends or best friend. You just say, oh, that's my sister. That's how you know that's your solid day one. Like, y'all argue, y'all get into it, because it's not gonna always be sunshine. You're gonna get into it with your friend, because it's just bound to happen. Especially if y'all like sisters, y'all gonna bump heads, but y'all gonna come back together always. Like, it's never gonna be no. I said it like this: if my friend was to ever curse me out or try to fight me, I wouldn't do it. That's how much I love you, even if like, because I'll get down with you. But if you my friend, I look at you like I love you, I can't do it. First, I want to protect you, if anything. Like, I'm a protector of my friends. So that's how I look at friends.
I like that, man. Sacredness. Yeah, I agree, man. I like everybody's answers, to be honest. Me, man, friendship is people who know where the bones are buried. Simple as that. Like, when I hear friend, I don't know if y'all ever seen a movie called The Town. Classic movie, man. Ben Affleck. And in one of the scenes, right, his Ben Affleck's girlfriend, his new girlfriend, you know, she ended up telling him about a story in which some guys had kind of roughed her up or something like that, right? But so Ben Affleck hears that, and he's kind of just playing it nonchalant or whatever. Then after he leaves that, he goes home and talks to his friend. He walks in, opens the door, and say, "Hey, bro, we got to go somewhere. We're going to hurt some people. And you can't tell anybody anything that happens on this situation." And his friend looked him dead in the eyes, thought about it for a second, and said, "Which car we taking?" That's friendship. To where it's just like, you know, they going to ride with me regardless. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Now, we going to argue about how wrong you is later in the car ride home. And we get home, what the hell was you thinking? What are you doing? But in the moment, nah, it ain't. There is nothing that can come between us. It ain't nothing that I wouldn't do for him. It ain't nothing that I wouldn't look out for him for. And I expect that same thing. That type of friendship is burned through fire. Y'all got to go through something for that, you know. And people ask us all the time, "Man, how long y'all been knowing each other?" And this, that, and the third. First off, O is my blood cousin, and then the other ones we've been rocking since grade school. And I'm 33, so that should, you know, just to do a little bit of math. You know, if you look at my Instagram, scroll all the way back down, you see the same people in it. That's what friendship means to me. It's sacred. Can't just have anybody in the circle. I gotta know what you're gonna do when your back is against the wall without looking over there. So if we all in the spot, something break out, I don't even have to look at O to know what he gonna be doing. I don't gotta look at Kenny or Smooth to know what they gonna be doing, because that's just how much we on the same page. That's what friendship is. It's sacred. We speak every day. And even if we go a long time without speaking, because there have been times where Kenny had to go overseas for the military and stuff like that, and we couldn't talk for extended periods. But as soon as we talk, it could be months past, we pick right back up where we left off. Ain't nobody done switched up. It ain't nothing changed. It ain't no jealousy. It ain't no envy. Even when each of us elevating or upgrading in our own way, it's always support. It ain't no, nah, that should be me, man. I can't believe he making what? He driving what? Man, he don't deserve that. Like, it ain't none of that. It's all encouragement. It's all upliftment. Now, don't get me wrong. We still gonna talk shit to each other. We gonna joke on each other 24/7. That's what we do. But it's coming from a genuine place. We all uplifting each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like friendship is. It's sacred. It's burned through fire. And I feel like that word is thrown around way, way, way too loosely. Go ahead, Ron.
Plus, when it comes to the whole thing with friendship, sometimes they're even more closer than your so-called family, because blood can run over and burn you sometimes. So when it comes to that friendship, I either a brother or sister, and that's a whole different type of level. So you can only go so far with certain friends, but when it comes to someone that tight, if we gotta shoot it out, we gotta shoot it out. But we getting home somehow.
That's just that. And like real rap, like we done been in situations to where I done seen people who claim to be friends run on their homie when they get in fights, or run on their homie when they getting jumped, or some gunshots may ring off or something, and they trying to save themselves. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know about gunshots. Now I'm about to run for myself.
I mean, which is cool. Instinct, right? Instinct is the way. Where is it coming from? But your second instinct should be, where's my boy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it is.
Well,
you see what I'm
I've
saying?
been in a situation where gunfire rang out, and I looked around, all my friends gone.
With me being a military man, when it comes to people I'm close to, I teach them certain things. They teach me things, vice versa. Because you're supposed to be street smart, book smart, and have common sense out here. So if you're that type of person, you're supposed to glean information from me to each other. That way you're all covered, whether I'm there or not. So I buy you time to when we got to sit there and raise some hell, I'm going to get there. So that's what that is.
Straight up. So, but yeah, just as summary, man, like it's extremely sacred. But again, we laying foundation. I asked y'all that, and it sounded like a lot of y'all were speaking from the perspective of friends of the same gender. That's what it sounded like. So now we got to unpack it a bit. All right, we're going to speak about platonic friendship of the opposite sex. I want to ask y'all, how realistic do y'all think it is, man? Platonic friendship of the opposite sex. Go ahead, Nigel.
No, I was gonna say I feel like it's real, but a lot of times the friendship is kind of forced to be that way though. That's the only way it's gonna be a real friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not forced, if I got a situation, I'm gonna give you. Well, I think OT and Trio know Ashley, right? She's a beautiful female, right? Now I'm forced to be her friend because I used to talk to her best friend. And they're like this since elementary school, you know what I'm saying? But I respect it and I'm okay with it, you know what I'm saying? And so through that, me and her are able to thrive, you know what I'm saying? And not even look at each other in that type of way. But that's built over maturity. I don't think I could have had that same level of respect in my 20s as I am now as a 32-year-old man. Like, I feel like if I was 20, 21, I probably would have been tried, you know what I'm saying? Probably would have failed, but I was tried. Now I don't even have the energy to try, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's maturity, like, and like I said earlier, like when you in your teens, you don't have when you in your younger 20s, you don't have a conscience. You know what I'm saying? That's another big thing for me though, in the respect factor. You know what I'm saying? Now I have more respect for her. I got more respect for their friendship because they was friends before, me and her was friends. So it kind of like builds it makes it a little balanced though. But I know it's hard though. I ain't no cap, it's hard sometimes, when you think about shit like that. Cause not even just with her, but just with women in general. OG, you funny.
First off, man, salute to my girl Snook, man. What up? Go ahead, B. What you gonna say?
That's family.
Wait, first of all, I just want to ask. So, if given the opportunity, if she was to say, Nigel, you know what? I've always no. You say that now until she really say, I don't care. My friends say it's fine. We talked about it. I confess my love about you to her. She's cool. That's bygones be bygones. Given the opportunity, if the timing was right and years has passed on, would you date her?
Nah.
The fact that it's taking that long to answer is enough for me.
Can't do it.
Because
No.
if I was your girl and I found out that you was friends with her, and the only reason why you did not pursue her is because of some friendship thing, it just means that you're not with her because she set that boundary with you, not the other way around. Because it feels like given the chance, you would take it.
No.
Just that pause is enough.
That's on both sides though. That's you know, that's what it is.
I call cap.
No. I'm keeping it 100. Like, I would tell you. I don't have no reason to lie about it. Like, yeah, the boundary was set a long time ago. Like, but we always just, I kind of like what we have, and I don't want that shit to change because.
Would you sleep with her?
I can't do that either. Cause it make things too complicated in the long run. Like we do.
Are you attracted to her at all?
No.
You said
if you saw her on the street, you didn't know her, nothing. You wouldn't be like, she bad.
I know she looks good, but do I look at her like that way? No.
So even if her best friend got married, had kids, moved on with her life, moved to another state, and this young girl was still around you, you wouldn't consider her?
She probably gonna be around. Probably still not gonna do it. I can't though.
Get out the corner, bro. Get out the corner. Get out the corner.
Like, how serious? It really comes down to like how serious do you take like the friendship though? Like, because anything can go wrong if I try to cross that boundary, and now she don't want to come around as much, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too scared of the what ifs for me to try to like go over there. Like, I just rather just sit back and just enjoy what we got going on the way it is, because you know we've been able to do it for so long. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm scared of losing her.
But Nigel, let me say this: my husband is my best friend.
Respect that.
So that's one of the qualities of a wife.
Agreed. I agree with you now. I ain't going.
Your wife, Nigel.
I just know, like, it just wouldn't. I don't know. It wouldn't feel right to me. I think
you don't look at her like a sister, right? Like a little, like, oh, that's like little sis. Ugh.
I want to say like little sis, but it's I would say sis for sure though. But it's not. I want to say little sis. It's like a seniority over her. Like, I want to say it like that.
Y'all gonna shoot my dog some bail now. He done gave his answer.
Damn, if it's y'all watch, y'all gonna say y'all can have friends and all that stuff. It's gonna be platonic. So I don't want to hear it.
Right.
It's coming. It's coming.
I don't think you can.
Can I throw in my 2 cents about the whole opposite sex friendship? I have brothers, right? I think I've talked about this on a previous episode. So for me, I'm a girly girl. Like, I'm a very feminine woman. If I hang out with a man, he's like, I hate to say it this way, but like sassy, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's likes the same sex that I do. We're not probably going to have very much in common, right? So like, and then 2, most men that are like masculine men like that usually would find me attractive. So they usually cross the line. There's no like, you know, and then 2, guys sometimes can be like opportunistic. So they see like an attractive woman and they're like, all right, yeah, like all her bad friends, now they're all trying to go around the circle of your friends, hook up with your friends. And like, it can get real messy in the friend group really quickly when you add a male in the equation, versus like sometimes it's just easier to go out with your girls and just have fun, or like not have that pressure of like a male being present and stuff like that. So I don't have any like male friends. I have like male acquaintances that I've worked with, or that I do business with, or that I've networked with and things like that. But like, we keep it strictly at that. And we would never like go catch dinner, hang out, or do anything like that. Plus, I feel like when you get into a relationship, like, you just add yourself in on an element of like, now you have to explain the dynamic of this friendship, and your partner has to get to know this person as well, versus if you just don't even add that.
I don't think you gotta explain nothing if they're like exorbitant over time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had somebody when your husband or your boyfriend first met you, I don't really feel like you have to explain it. You know what I'm saying? Because over time you're gonna see them around. They're gonna be at certain important function. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you see it, man. Like I said earlier, if it's something new, like you just now starting to come around after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Now I feel like that's when the antennas need to be up. But if it's somebody that's been around, you know they've been around, I might be a little bit more, okay with it.
All right. My boy Ill, man. Platonic friendship. Is it realistic, man?
Hell no. I think it's another one of those urban myths. I never really believed in it. It happens. You have these anomalies where when she was 7, he saved her from a fire or something. They've been friends forever, but all this other stuff people been talking, I don't buy it, man. Like, I know how men are. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
When a man is friends with a woman, oftentimes his initial interaction with her was from he liked her. And a real man gonna say either you want me or you don't. If you don't want me, I respectfully understand. I go my other way. You got these other kind of guys who will wait in the water until she's vulnerable, and all of a sudden, oh, I thought you was my friend. Like I just don't buy into it. Especially she attractive. Like, who you fooling, bro? You like her. You may not never tell her, but I know. And a lot of times, a lot of my fellas could probably relate to this. You ever met a woman who she said, "Oh, I got a male friend. Oh, he don't like me like that." But then you come around, all of a sudden he want to spill his guts for her. Because a lot of times those guys stay her friend because he feel like, well, she ain't gonna meet nobody like me. She gonna realize that all these dudes she meeting is lame. So he just stay in that friend zone. And then you come around and he like, nah, I really like you. I don't really play that game. You know what I'm saying? People do it, but I don't believe in that. If you got a partner, you got a husband, he should be your best friend. You shouldn't have to talk to no man for life advice or nothing unless he's a surgeon or something and he know how to medically repair something, then yeah. But any other case, your man should be your best friend. He should be your better half. He should be the person you reach out to. Same thing for your girlfriend, your wife, whatever. She should be that person. If you have a need for another woman or male outside of your relationship, you don't have a good relationship. So I don't believe in it. I think it's a scam. I think a lot of dudes wait in the cut until that moment and play this friend role. But all along, he really just likes the woman. He's just not man enough to either tell her or take a L. So no, I don't agree with that.
We call that
Ooh-wee.
Marine
I like
sniper
that energy.
patience.
I like that energy a lot.
So he like
B.
the
Taylor, we kind of.
Okay. Oh, I got a story for y'all. Oh, that just Illa. It's facts. Okay. So me, when I was in college, I had guy friends, and I was all cool with them. So one time, the guy friends that I was cool with, they were all friends too. We were like all friends, and so I was like, "Hey, you want to go get lunch?" And I told him, like, let's go get lunch. But then I told the other guy friend, let's go get lunch too. Like, it was like a group thing. And one of them showed up thinking it was a date. And I was like, why would you think that? Like, we're friends. And he was sitting there salty the entire time because it was two of my guy friends. And I was like, no, I just wanted to try this place out. Like, and so he's sitting up there like mad the entire time because he was like convinced that it was going to be a date and it wasn't. I also been in a situation where I started off being friends with the guy. I was not attracted to him, but I don't know. This has happened so many times where I've tried to talk to guys and be friends and they get to know me and they'd be like, wow, like you're such like this cool person. They end up like falling for me. It don't matter if like they knew the guy that I was dating. They didn't care anymore because they got to know me. So they end up liking me a lot and they'll like end up confessing how much they had feelings for me. And I actually had a guy friend tell me like he was in love with me and that he will continue waiting. Got a girl to this day and was like, just always checking in, no matter how many kids, whatever, he's still just waiting, like just in love. Like, I guess I'm just the girl that he just never got. And he's just like, that's a perfect example. Like, it's been like years and he's still, I'm the one that always have to cut him off because I'm like, I can't be friends with you. And he's always respected that. He's like, you know what? I respect it. Like, I want to respect your relationship. I want to just see you happy. But if you ever, I'm here. That was always him.
I got a question. If you don't cut him off, what does that mean?
If I don't cut him off,
Yeah. Does that mean
I've had to in the past with the relationship because like he texts me like too late one time, like basically just kind of like saying something that a boyfriend wouldn't find like, and he was like, nah, you gotta cut him off, you gotta go, because this is disrespectful. Why is he texting you at midnight or something like that? And he's never texted me at midnight, but I guess he knew that I was starting to get in a relationship, so he kind of probably panicked a little bit. I don't know, but I had to cut him off.
Who paid for the date? Who paid for the date, B. Taylor? Which one paid?
No, I paid for myself. It was a friend. If I'm paying for myself, we are friends.
Okay. I'm just curious. That would be funny if one of them paid for it. I would definitely see why you'd be mad.
No.
Pay for his lunch and nothing can show up.
And pay for his too. Like.
See, right there, got to get physical. He got to get physical at that point. Go ahead, yeah.
for that day?
I just want to add two little pennies to the conversation. One thing is, I don't think men and women are designed to be friends. I think we're designed to be together or just respect each other. I think the energies within us is too strong to just be laying around and just be cool. And I think people just try to fool themselves, to get you a relationship or get with your brothers and your cousins. I think that's why family is important. Your male brothers, your male cousins, get that camaraderie from them. But to just do that with men that you're not family with, to do that with women you're not related to, it's just a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? Attraction gets the best of us sometimes. A couple drinks of liquor might get the best of you. We're designed to be intimate. We're literally made for each other. So to play that friend game, I just think is dangerous. And a lot of women know those guys like them too. I think a lot of women keep those guys around for like confidence insurance. They know when anybody's going to mess with them. If nobody else want to, yeah, you laughing because you probably doing it too. A lot of women do that. They know that this guy is always going to be the person to cheer them up. Almost like their gay friend, but he's not gay. You know what I'm saying? That same type of energy. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, girl, you don't need him. That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's just a bad situation. Them dudes be suckers. I'm sorry.
Hey, those is facts right there. Those is facts. Go ahead, O. Is platonic friendship realistic of the opposite sex?
Goddamn well, it's not realistic.
Why he in the comments though?
Who?
Oh my God, friend! I was just
Lord.
talking about.
Oh man.
Lord. And you just outed him.
He's always been there. You just noticed. That's it.
Right.
Let him come up and defend himself.
No, what's his name? What's his name?
Hey, big dog, if you want to come up, let me know. Man, I'll bring you up.
I'll come down.
What's his name?
If he come up, I'm coming off.
Uh-oh.
That's funny.
Go ahead, O.
No, man.
Platonic friendship.
Is my audio messing up?
No, you good. You good.
Okay. No. I would definitely say hell no. Now, in my 20s, my early 20s, maybe. Like Indy said, I definitely would have been around a few ladies, not made any type of advancement towards them, but there are benefits from having good-looking friends, But these were, I wouldn't necessarily call them. Well, maybe a few I would say were friends, because I mean, it was once we got outside of just the hanging out, going to clubs together or, doing the fun stuff together. When you actually did kind of, more intimate things like family gatherings or, they had, a family member birthday and they invite you. That's kind of more intimate. So once you start experiencing that, it kind of, changes things. But for the most part, man, yeah, if you didn't grow up with them or not doing like business with them, it's kind of hard to just be just friends with a female. You know what I'm saying? It just, I mean,
Yeah, I gotta be battle tested, man.
I don't know. It just, It's hard. You can. It can be done. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's the right idea. I just don't think it's the right idea. Especially that person attractive. Both of y'all are attractive. Like Illa said, just that natural, energy towards each other sometimes. Even when it just naturally love. You know what I'm saying? Like that energy is still, it still feel the way. So that's why it's hard to be friends with them. I say no. Unless it's business related or y'all been knowing each other since knee high. That's probably the only thing to me.
Go ahead, Queen.
Damn, where did you people come from? Like, I feel like we're stuck in the ice age. My best friend is a guy. So, I mean, I feel like y'all are tripping. And he's been my best friend since he was like 18 years old. So, absolutely, men and women can be friends. But I think there's some different components that have to be in place. Number one, it depends on the maturity level. That's the first thing. I think Nigel said it, earlier on, absolutely not, probably not. And I don't want to say for all 20 something year olds, because I hate to box people in and make polarized statements, right? Because that means they say you see the world as you are. So if you feel like you couldn't be a friend to a woman or men and women can't be friends, that's probably because you have different thoughts in your head, but that's not me. That's a scientific statement. Yeah, men and women can most certainly be friends. I had a male friend call me today just to update me on his life. He and his wife got a divorce, blah, blah, blah. He got a new girlfriend. He thought women wanted to be nice. He thought women want nice men, and he treated her nice. That wasn't good enough. She broke up with him because he was too kind. He sent her flowers, all of this. I have a lot of male friends. You've seen them on panels. We've gone to school together, to college together. They're married, some of them. I'm married. Some of them are divorced. But yeah, I mean, so I've known them before I've known my husband. So I'm not cutting anybody off because my life has changed. They've showed up for me and my husband in times, so a friend is a friend.
That point I agree with, Quincy, but maybe not knee high, but like some type of, because you had to meet them through a process. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all went to school together, y'all went in study groups, that person taught you a different, completely new way of studying, and now you're able to, be more efficient. So you can kind of grow from there and be, friends from there. I get that, definitely. But just like, I don't know how you would just meet someone after sex and just become a friend, if you haven't like gone through something and experienced something to become a friend.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Miss Saida. Platonic friendship, is it realistic?
So what I think is that, there is, and I even made that mistake, like calling friends to a lot of people. I even, we have to start with us. I always consider that. I made the mistake of calling people friends when they were not my friends. And that was the biggest mistake that I did, because the other person felt like, how are you saying that they're your friends if they like you? So I couldn't understand that I was wrong for using the wrong term. I knew they were not my friends. So I had to understand that, on the long run. So I am the type of person that sends memes, and I don't do it with bad intention. It's just people that understands my humor. So my now future husband has to understand that I do that, and I don't keep conversations with these people. It's just that we will understand the humor. If it's something in Spanish that I cannot send to certain people, they're not going to understand it. But that doesn't mean that they're my friends. Like I have to remove that word, that term from my vocabulary, and especially between me and him, because they're not my friends. So I have to make sure that, I understand that, because some people over the years that have been using the word friend zone, and it became popular. So a lot of people think, and it's understood, that implies that one person is in a friend-friend relationship, but the other person wants to introduce sex and romance to the relationship. And that is a problem. So that's why I agree with Queen Shiva that if you are mature enough, and Nigel, if you're mature enough to respect the boundaries of both people, and you're not attracted physically, because I can see all of these beautiful people in front of me and not be attracted to none of you. I respect your marriages and your relationships, and I respect my relationship. So that's why that doesn't allow me to feel attraction sexually to you. So that's a boundary that I am actually putting there. Now, also, I think that you might think that you are in a platonic relationship, but you don't know how to feel. So you have to question yourself. Do I really like the person? Do I find him attractive? If they were single, would I do something with them? That's when you have to start questioning yourself and be like, is that person really my friend? Or I just want to excuse my relationship with this person and cover it as a friendship just to make it sound like it's, it's good, in my opinion.
Well said. Well said. Ronan, platonic friendship. Is it realistic, man?
I want to send a scam alert.
Oh, wait. The audio again. You're gonna have to. Yeah, you sound like a robot right now, gang. I
Oh
don't know what's going
yeah,
on.
you had the audio issue. No.
What are you trying to get? All right. Well, why you getting it together? SB, platonic friendship. Is it realistic, man?
No, not at all. Because we value friendship so much. You talking about being vulnerable with a person, trusting them with your deepest secrets. Them just see you. It's just like a raw relationship. You don't give that away to just somebody that you're not in that type of relationship with. So I would say no. No. Only, I think Illa said it, only your spouse or your significant other, husband, wife, gets that title. But I do think that you can be in a relationship, or excuse me, or I wouldn't call it a friendship, but whatever, you can have a buddy or whatever, a pal or someone that, maybe grew up with, went to school with or something of that degree, but I just wouldn't call them or label them a friend.
All right, Rona. We're gonna try one more time, big dog. Okay. Say you need a second. All right, I'll go. Hell no, man. Hell no. Platonic friendship is not realistic. I've tried it about 6 times, five or 6 times, somewhere around there. And every single time, and I mean every single time, it led to something that was outside of the parameters of what we agreed to.
Yeah.
Because the thing is a lot of people don't understand the same thing that'll make you want to be friends with somebody is the same thing that'll make you want to fall in love with them. So the whole reason she even wanted to be close to me, I just respect your mind. I mean, I like how you think. I like how you listen to me. I like how you make me feel. Like you're such a gentleman. Like you open the doors for me and make sure I'm on this side of the sidewalk and just being a gentleman because that's how I was raised. And the good looks don't hurt, but that's another conversation. What I'm saying is this: is the same things that'll make somebody want to be friends with you. It's the same thing that'll make them fall in love. So when you keep them around like that, and that's why I got to differentiate. I don't believe in platonic friendship. I believe I have my friends and I have associates. People I chop it up with, may see on the pass by, hey, what up, da. Chop it up with here, there, but it's quick conversation. It's not deep, vulnerable. This is what I'm going through in my life. Like I'm like it's not that, because that taps into a side of intimacy that I feel like should be reserved for like real friends. Now, like I always say, there's no such thing as all or every, right? But when I'm answering the question as to whether or not it's realistic, I'm considering the percentage, right? So that would be an example would be like, hey, if somebody said, I mean, it can happen, but the odds are 0.00056% of it happening, right? So if you're looking at that data, and you say, well, damn, do it have a realistic chance of happening? Nah, it don't. And that's how I consider platonic friendship. Because there are some people, just like y'all spoken of. Yeah, I've been knowing them since 16. We grew up together. We stayed across the street. You know what I'm saying? We used to play, tag and throw up tackle and all kind of stuff with each other. And he just was always solid. You know what I'm saying? So that's my friend. Those situations do happen, but that's not the majority of situations. Nowhere near the majority of situations. And a lot of times, even in those situations, somebody tries something.
That's what I was about to say. I've seen that where my brother's friends all grew up together, same neighborhood. We grew up right across the street. And then, everybody starts hitting puberty. Things change. Now they're looking at you not like little sis no more. They're like, okay. And then vice versa. And then, or people go off to college, come back. Now they're shooting their shot. I've seen it a lot. So even that is like.
And that right there goes. Go ahead, you about to dive in there?
No, I was just gonna say that speaks to what I was talking about with their energy. You know what I'm saying? You don't see somebody for a while, they go off to college, you ain't seen them in 4 or 5 years, people start developing. He hitting the gym, he dressing different, she, looking a little bit better. It's like, damn, you didn't look like that a few years ago. I know we grew up together, but I always thought about it in the back of my mind, but I didn't because it's who you were. But now, circumstances might be different. So I mean, yeah, it's still possible to just definitely keep a blank face and keep it pushing. But
So would that be a lack of self-control?
You say
if you only if you act on it.
It's
If you act on it,
you though.
You know
but
what?
I
I agree with
just to
Queen
naturally
Shiva.
think about it. I mean, I think that's natural feelings.
No, I agree with Queen Shiva because the actual definition of platonic is it doesn't involve sexual activity or desire or romantic. If you look in the dictionary, platonic doesn't involve this. It's an actual connection with somebody. But I think we lost that from the moment that we started getting involved with people that we were not married, because that was kind of like the boundary that made the difference. When you're married or when you're with someone, you're not just playing around with people, just, having sex randomly. I think that also has a big impact on the fact that nowadays people cannot even have a platonic friendship, because the actual meaning of platonic is that there's no sex and romanticism involved in that relationship. But people don't believe in that anymore because we made it happen. We cannot behave. We're going to put it that way.
Yeah, I think, once that, it's just like, what I'm saying, let's say I got a glass of lemonade, right? And I'm sitting, look, B Taylor face. I got a glass of lemonade and I'm just sipping and, having a good time, right? But it's a glass of lemonade. But the second somebody pours, a little bit of Don Julio in there, it's no longer a glass of lemonade no more. This is an alcoholic beverage. It is a cocktail now. It'll never be a glass of lemonade again.
Right.
So that's my issue with it, is that even if you don't have the intentions, if they do, the friendship is jeopardized.
Yeah.
Because now they're not moving in good faith. And that's why I asked y'all to define friendship earlier, right? It's genuine intentions. We're moving in good faith. I'm looking out for you. These are the guidelines, this, that, and the third. But if somebody's laying in wait, they're not a friend anymore at that point. It is no longer a glass of lemonade, right? So that's how I look at it. And a lot of times that be the case. Some people is forced into friendship or forced into the friend zone, which we're going to unpack in the next question. So I ain't going to go too far. But they're forced into position. But given the opportunity, they would exercise the rights. And that right there changes the dynamic. We can't call each other friends if that's the case. That's all I'm saying.
I don't get that, because that's no different than dating. If you don't like somebody, you move on. You push them out of that category, and you don't push them into a friend category because you don't like them to date them. So how does a gender assignment declares we cannot be friends? To me, that's like a bias, almost like racism. I can't be your friend because you're white. I can't be your friend because you are a man. Like, do y'all understand what we're saying here?
No, we're not saying you can't be friends. We're talking about tendencies, probability, and
It was
likelihood.
platonic.
No,
Mm-hmm.
we are. I know we're talking about platonic, but I'm just saying you can be friends with, you can do anything. But what's the odds? What's the chances it's gonna go which way or the other? Like I could, what I'm saying? I could throw a blindfold and throw a dart at a target, a dart at a target blindfold. It's a chance I can hit the target, but more than likely I'm not. So being friends with a woman, yeah, it's cool. But when they're attractive and they have qualities that you like, he has qualities that you like, there's more chances than not that somebody's going to catch feelings. We're not saying you can't do it. It's just like playing with fire. Play at your own risk is what we're saying.
You think that applies to everybody, or is that specific to you?
I think that applies to everybody. Play at your own risk. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm talking about you with your choice of not being friends with women that you're not in a relationship with. Do you think that applies to everybody, or is that the way
I just think it's smart. I don't want to be in a position where this woman is dealing with somebody and I'm looking at her from an attractive point of view. That tanks that I lose credibility. Like if you dealing with me and you got a male friend and he likes you, what he says about me is going to be tainted. He's not going to give you a clear, honest opinion about me. His opinion about me is going to be totally slanted on how he really feels. So I might, even if I did something wrong, he'll make it look super wrong when it might just be a small infraction. So I just feel like it can be done. I'm not saying it's impossible. It just, I don't think it's smart if you are, especially if you're single, do what you do. But if you're in a relationship, I don't think it's healthy or smart to have another man or woman that you can depend on, that you can talk to about stuff that you should really be talking to your mate about. If I'm your man, I'm your father sometimes, I'm your daddy, I'm your brother sometimes, I'm your minister sometimes, I'm your psycho, and you that for me. We're supposed to be each other's life partner. So if you reaching out to anybody outside of me, and she's reaching out to anybody outside of me, and I'm reaching out to anybody outside of her, to me, that's just asking for trouble. You can do it. I just want to suggest it.
Trying to get advice from
Can I add in an instance where I have actually seen it work is like my parents, they're married, and they have like dinner parties with their other friends that are married, and the men all go to like the man cave and watch games, and then the wives all congregate in the kitchen, and then when it's time for dinner, everybody sits at the long table, and then that's when the Platonic, political talk, current events, things like that. And it's not uncomfortable because everyone's mate is present. No one feels like left out, and it's a group activity. And then everyone goes home with their prospective person. And that is the only time that I've ever actually seen that, where it's like genuinely like friends, and they have like lifelong friends that they still do that with to this day.
I feel like this is a bunch of cap, and I'm not coming from an adversarial. So none of you have, I feel like this is perfect fairy tale. No, we're not. None of you have never been in a relationship and have never had someone from the opposite sex that you've called or you've asked for advice, not necessarily relationship advice. Is that what all of you are sitting here saying in 2023? None of you.
I think we're saying like friends. I thought we were talking about like friends.
Platonic friends. Platonic. No sexual.
I have work
No
friends.
Sexual. Yeah, I agree with you because I know the definition, Queen Shiva. I agree with you because I know the definition, and because I stand by the definition and my moral values. I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so nobody has ever done that in their entire.
But the reason why people cannot agree with it is because they don't trust themselves.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
That's like
I don't know about that. I would say for me,
if I cannot be around,
if I'm at work, I'll talk to. I have friends, like coworkers, friends, but like confiding into another man, it does take away. And that man is straight. I'm not talking about your gay male best friends. I'm talking about like men that are possibly attractive. No, I personally. No, because if
you've never confided in another man ever while in a relationship.
If you're my friend and I'm attracted to you, why are we friends? That's how I look at it. We get along so damn well. Why the hell are we not dating? If we single and you're single, why are we not dating? That's how I'm out. And I feel like if I'm attracted to you and I like you, my feelings are just going to keep developing for you, where I personally will want to cut you off because I know how I am. It's not about a lack of self-control. It's just I know who I am, and I know that how I love, and I love people a little bit differently than other people would love somebody else. So for me, if I'm attracted to you and we get along great, why are we not together? If we can't be together and I got to watch you love on somebody else, I don't want to do that.
The question is, have any of you been in a relationship and talked to somebody and confided to anybody outside of your partner in 2023? Consider your entire lifetime, because I feel like a lot of you are sitting here saying that it's never happened to me. You shouldn't do it. I've followed this blueprint. Trill said, I've tried it 6 times. He was completely honest. It doesn't work for me. It hasn't worked. I give you that. But everybody else here is saying, no, I've never have. And that's what I'm asking y'all.
I said I did, and I had to cut it off.
We've done it, but it wasn't a good idea. Is what we're saying. It's not a good idea because let's not pretend like sex is the only form of intimacy. I don't gotta touch you to be intimate. I don't have to kiss you to be intimate. Earlier. It's a vulnerable energy.
And not only that, let's not even pretend that we see people and we have them all in our brain, whether we acted on it or not.
Just naturally.
It's very natural. Women naturally want to get up underneath the man. So why tempt yourself? It's just adult thing. When you're young and in your teens and your early 20s, we wouldn't call them friends though. They would be associates. A guy I met that's a nice guy, and you know he likes you, but he's not your type. So you use them. That's what we do. That's what women typically do.
Exactly.
We use them, but we may slide it in there. Oh, that's my friend, but you know it's not going any further. I don't know if you would confide in him. I don't know if he would be raised to the level of friends, because the things we said friends are pretty deep. We said vulnerable.
Right.
We said trusting. We said loyal. We said he's the only person gonna know where the body at. Only my husband don't know where the body at. That's it. So I wouldn't call any of these other dudes a friend. It would just be somebody, I knew at a point in time in my life. But as simple as that. That's a mature way of going through life. Otherwise, you giving the energy you should, like Ella said, give it to your spouse. You giving that energy to another man or vice versa. That is super dangerous. Very dangerous, because you sitting up there thinking about another man when you should be with your man. That's super dangerous.
I had brothers. So my brothers, from the time that I was like very young, my brother's 2 years younger than me. He's 25, I'm 27. And then same thing with my other brothers. We're all close in age, and my dad. And from the time that I got breasts, they were like, any guy that tries to be your friend from this point forward is probably going to try you at some point in time. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that every single time, but like majority of the time, if there's been alcohol involved, partying, any kind of anything, all of a sudden, liquid courage, they're like, hey, Indy, you look good tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm shooting my shot. And I'm like, please stop. Let's stop right now. But let's just be honest. Like, it really does happen. Like, most of the time. And especially, like I said, if you don't have anything in common with them, like, I like makeup and shopping and all that. Like, what am I going to take a straight guy to go do that stuff with me? No, they're not going to want to go do that unless they like me. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to go do it so that way I can just spend time with Indy.
Mm-hmm. I had a situation where I considered this person my sister, and I can't take too much of the details, but she was the younger sibling of one of my boys, and we're grown now. I never texted like that, never called her, but she had my number just off the fact that she was my younger sister. So every now and then, so one random night, again, we don't text at all. One random night, it's like 1 a.m. I get a zoot, 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 zoot. It say 3 attachments. And I'm like, I open it and I'm like, ain't no way. Like, ain't no way. Ever since then, I've been trying, I go the other way. Because it make it, like Ed said, you pour a little liquor in there, it's no longer lemonade. And so things are kind of be, funny ever since then, because I'm like, ain't no way. And I was like,
wait, this was unprovoked? Like, you ain't
unprovoked.
And you see the liquor that Trill mentioned is the sex. When you add the sex part to the lemonade, it's no longer
any type of sexual.
No. Wait.
That's right, Sayada.
No. I'm not saying it's sex. It's a sexual tension.
It is the intent. Once the intent
is related to
introduced,
sex.
I get what you're saying.
It's over at that point.
But emotional cheating happens too, though. Like, you hear about the time where the woman at work, she starts confiding in that man, like, oh my God, my husband forgot to take out the trash today. I'm so sick of him, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, you know what? I understand you, blah, blah. And he just waits and he waits and he waits. And all of a sudden, hey, let's go to lunch. They go into lunch. Hey, let's go to the car real quick. And that is, it goes like that. And it's emotional.
Yeah. So nobody's really met good people on this panel that have really respected you all and respected your marriages and your relationships, and everybody was just waiting in the bushes to ambush you.
But I mean,
nobody said every.
In reality, it's like, how many good people do you have around? That also, I agree with them, because it's like it's 1 in a million for you, and in reality, you have to take care of that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's more people on that side that really want to take advantage or are waiting. There's more people like that than the actual person that respects you and your relationship.
Is it a big difference? Is it taking advantage?
Why they gotta be bad people though? It's just people that have strong feelings for people that they can't be with. That don't make them bad people. Right. Just because you want somebody that's not yours, don't make you a bad person.
What if it's somebody I want what I want, and I'm gonna see how I'm gonna shoot my shot. I just want what I want. Because, I think B. Taylor said it earlier. There was a young man that just wants her. Now, when given the opportunity, he's not going to sit back and wait to the perfect opportunity. If he gets close enough, he going to shoot his shot. He's not going to be thinking about what you got going on the left. Because guess what? What if it ain't good? What if you weak at that moment? He going to be like, look, I've been trying this for like the last 5 years. I'm going to see, because this might be my time. This might be my time. And he going to slide in. It's going to be up to her to say, you know what? I'm in love. I'm good. Whatever. Like she said, stop it. But otherwise, some people just want what they want, and it does not make them bad people. They just,
And can I add one little thing too? A lot of us, if we honest, a lot of women, they want male friends because they're not satisfied with the man they got. They may not ever say it, but it's a hole there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really found your soulmate, we all need socialization outside of our partner. But as far as another male to confide in or another woman to confide in, it's because you're not fulfilling your situation, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you're really in love and you got a real man and he holds you down, what you need anything else from somebody else who's not your brother, who's not your father, who's not your cousin?
But that person could also.
Wow, that's pretty strict.
I would say like like I didn't have brothers, so I never got a chance to know like the male perspective, especially because my dad never really
that makes sense. I understand
so that makes sense. Like if women who grow up with brothers or didn't have any brothers, maybe that guy can give her like, oh, why did he do this? Like, I don't know how men think. Like he can bring a different person, but I guess I do agree to a certain extent with she, but like it depends on the relationship that you have with that person. But from my experiences personally, every guy that I wanted a brother in ended up wanting me, and that's just been my experience. It sucks. I've had a guy friend before that did not try anything with me because he was like this little. And then I was like, so he was like little brother to me. It was like little brother type of thing. So he was younger than me too. So I think that could, since he's younger than me, he's like little brother-ish. But I didn't come to him to confide in him for advice from a male perspective because I looked at him like little brother. But a man that I can look up to, he would just have to not be attracted. I can't be attracted to him for one, but I haven't been the one to find somebody that has not eventually been attracted to me or fell for me or end up catching feelings or something like that.
And I'm gonna add this one more thing too, Queen Sheba. Like, believe it or not, as a man, especially if you're in a relationship and it's serious or a marriage, those women really don't want to be friends with you. They see how you treat your woman, and they want to kind of get close to that in hopes maybe one day to replace her. So it'll be a lot of sneaky women that'll, try to get up under you, acting like they're their friend. But because you have somebody and they see the way you're treating them, they see the way y'all living, she want a piece of that action too.
Yeah, because they like what somebody else got already. Because they feel like, okay, if you ain't got nobody, why would I want you? Women are very competitive, and they love to see if you got somebody and you making her happy, especially if she fine. They want to know why you making her so happy.
Thing is,
sometimes,
too, men,
not all the time.
Yeah, the thing is too, men do that too though. Because let's just keep it G here. We're gonna be all the way transparent. It's a certain glow that a woman in a happy relationship has. She walks around with a different type of bounce, a different type of lightness, a different smile. It's real like intoxicating for real. So if you spend enough time around her, especially if she loyal as hell and she treating dude good and she's speaking highly of her man and shit like that, you just like, damn, she her energy is just good. You know what I'm saying? So she becomes more attractive. If we're gonna be transparent.
I think true. I think men respect the limits of violence or the threat of violence when it comes to a woman that's happy. In my opinion, like if I see a happy woman, I'm not attracted to that. I'm like, her man is doing his thing, so I'm not gonna even cross. Like they married. If I see a happy woman, I'm not gonna feel like, oh, she's so happy. I'm gonna respect that because obviously he doing something right. I think when you see a woman who's with a dude and she's not happy, is what attracts the hyenas and attracts the lions. It's like, okay, I see her with this dude, but she don't look like she really happy. I think more men smell blood in that situation. But if I see a woman that's super happy with a dude, I'm gonna respect that because if she happy with him and I play with him, that's putting me in a situation. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it a little different.
Yeah,
So
but even in that situation, right? Like it's the glow again. Not saying that we see that as okay. I'm about to go take his girl. What I'm saying is that women who are in a happy relationship, they just move with a different bounce. They just move with a different. It's kind of hard to put in the
Yeah.
word. It's like aura. It's like intangible. She's nurturing. She's just.
pregnant
You know what I'm
women.
saying? Like it's just certain attributes that just radiate off of her, and it makes you more attractive to her. Now again, you're right in the aspect most men. Well, I ain't gonna say most men. A lot of men will look at a situation like that, and even though again it makes her more attractive and all of that, but if she got a dude, we gonna stay out the way. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
he
Unless
obviously
she
doing
extend the
something right.
invitation. Now, if she extend the invitation, then that's another conversation. You see what I'm saying? But if she's staying loyal to dude or whatever, we gonna respect it. But it
Yeah.
still makes her more attractive. That's all I'm saying.
You feel though, like how do you really feel like when you seeing somebody else like glow like that, like when you're not the one that's making them glow? You know what I'm saying? That's how dudes be feeling like, yeah, she glowing, but I ain't the reason why she glowing like this. So you feel me? It's a little bit different versus what you were saying earlier. She going through some shit and she not happy. You could read her face and you kind of okay, yeah. It kind of make you not even really want to take that relationship serious to a degree, especially if you feel like she attractive.
But it makes, when a woman is happy, it just gives off, like Trill said, it's an energy. People want to be around her. Men want to be around her, not necessarily for the purposes of having her, but it's just, she's cooperative.
This
They
just
want
sounds
to be
like
around.
law of attraction though. Like if you're glowing and you're just giving like good vibrations and you're not out here moving like I'm single and desperate and want a man, because that's like a repellent for men. Like that desperation is like a repellent. So I think true, I get what you're saying, but I think that if a single woman was vibrating at the same frequency a woman that's happy in a relationship was vibrating, she's also very attractive because she's not vibrating that desperate energy.
Yeah, no, I agree. The only difference is that you getting to see that woman in a relationship do it tangibly. You know what I'm saying? You getting that front row seat to how well she taking care of her man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that right there adds an extra layer. Not saying that it makes the single woman less attractive. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you getting a front row seat to what it would be like to be in a relationship with this woman. She's nurturing the tail. She's fixing up man lunch. She's popping up to the job, doing random things, buying them random gifts, shit like that. It's like, okay, well, damn, this is what I would be signing up for. You know what I'm saying? You just get a extra look in comparison to the single woman. Not saying that the single woman wouldn't do those things.
But maybe it's the guy that's having her like that. Maybe she wouldn't do that for you, but she's doing that with that guy.
Exactly.
So I don't.
But see,
he just saying like from the outside looking in. Like, damn, she seems healthy. She seems productive in her relationships, similar to what women look at when other women want another woman's man. They see the trips, they see the dinners, they see the ring, they see the houses, the boats, the vacation. And I think one of the men was saying, I think it was, be careful, because not every woman that's coming to you is trying to befriend you. She might want to get next to your dude, because people like the thought and the concept of what you have. But a lot of people don't understand that could be your vibe, similar to what B. Taylor is saying. And when that couple breaks up, you going to figure out who was really doing what, right? Because if that vibe walk out the door with her, then that was all her. If that vibe walks out the door with him, then that was all him. That's I don't know. Hopefully that helps a little bit.
Yeah, no,
I just feel like people look for vulnerabilities. So if I see a woman that's happy, I don't see vulnerability, because if she's happy, that means he's doing something right, unless you're just oblivious and just taking abuse and try to eat it. But if she's extremely happy and vibrating high, when I see a woman that's in a relationship that's vibrating real high, the first thing I think about is she got a good man. So I don't even look at her like that. You know what I'm saying? I just respect it. If she's not happy, then you see vulnerability. Now you can see, okay, I can get in this. I could probably pull her away from him because she ain't doing it. But if she's happy and she fulfilled, it repels me. It makes me respect the situation.
And that's the thing. But see, I look at it different. Like if a woman is vulnerable and she's like showing that, which means her vibrations are low, she going through some things. You can look at it and see it in her face. That right there, man, I don't want to be around that. You see what I'm saying? Also, we got to speak to male ego. Even though we do respect the relationship, just like y'all just said, damn, dude must be treating her real good. And you're right, we would think that. But no man, I ain't gonna say no man, most men not gonna look at that situation and say, I couldn't treat her better. He treating her better than I could. The male ego is not gonna let you admit that, even if he is, even if he would treat her better than you would. Male ego ain't gonna let you say that in terms of, he treating her way better than I would. No, male ego gonna be like, man, who is this dude? Man, let me look at him. Who he know? This nigga ain't play no ball. He ain't got no. He ain't even like that for real. Like just ego is gonna do that. Now again, not saying you're gonna say that out loud. Not saying you're gonna voice that and look like a goofy or look like a hater. But in the back of your head, you're gonna be like, him? This nigga right here? Man, I could take her if I want. Like that. So again, we gotta speak to male ego in this situation because it's prevalent.
That's fair.
Thanks.
Ronan, go ahead, big dog. Your mic sound good, man.
Oh, thank you. Now I want to get back to the question again because I was just listening in. No. What was the question again?
Oh, my bad. It's platonic friendship and opposite sex realistic?
Well, I play the lottery every other day, so it's about but it comes down to it. I've experienced quite a few things. Just to say for yourself, where you try the platonic situation, it ended up being macaroni and cheese and yams sometimes.
Hold on right quick. I'm hearing some muffling. Somebody touching their mic or something? Touching their phone? Oh, okay.
So with all that going on, it's like I look at the situation. I try to be logical about it. Read body language, read the vibe, everything like that. And there's some I like, but I try to play it cool, but she's pressing. It's on me to make that decision, or either I go with it or not. And it's ultimately on me. But most times, like just what OT said, I had a situation where I was minding my business, and for some reason, and the homeboy I was cool with, and I ain't never met her in person. I got a whole 6-7 catalog that I didn't ask for. Now I looked at her sideways and like, damn, where this coming from? And two, I don't abuse my friendships like that. Like if I'm really close to you like that, I don't even step on that way. But I knew what she was on. But platonic friendship, it's possible, but I haven't won that $1 billion yet. So hey.
I feel it, man. I mean, it sound morbid, man, but that's just real. The likelihood is low. But again, we're gonna move. We got some bills to pay, and then we're gonna get to the next line of questioning, man. We're gonna unpack this friend zone thing. And I want y'all to get y'all friend zone definitions, because I'm gonna ask y'all specifically, what does that look like for y'all? How does a person make it to your friend zone? But we're gonna unpack that real soon. First and foremost, Big Money Sandra in the building with the 50 ball again. Always showing love. We definitely appreciate you, Sandra. You know that. We say, hey, Shysters, do always say, quote unquote, we can just be friends, waiting to pounce in the cut. I have to admit, maybe Trill and Ill have this right. Men know men. I'm heeding this advice. Women are wired differently, and this is protection advice on the low. Thanks. Look, man, I'm trying to help y'all, man. These dudes, y'all be thinking these dudes is your homie. No, he would never. I'm here to tell you, yes, he would, given the opportunity. That's just honest. Appreciate you, Sandra. We got next Marcus in the building, 2 ball. Keep Nigel. Yeah, look, man, sure. Nigel's one of them real ones, man. Y'all gonna if y'all don't know, then y'all gonna get to know. Appreciate you, big dog. BZ 2 ball. Nope, I'm too much of a flirt. It'll never work. I respect the honesty. Appreciate you, gang. The life and times of dude named A with the 10 ball. I'm that other friend that was on the lunch date at B Taylor, and I was pissed to the high heavens when I saw them other dudes show up. All jokes. Loving the convo. Shout out to food season. I'm about to say, damn, bro.
That was not. It was the other guy that's been waiting for some years, a decade. That was not the guy.
Hey,
decade is crazy.
Though, True. How long are we really waiting though?
Huh?
How long are we really waiting?
Years. They wait years.
Yeah, like since 2011.
Well,
Jesus.
I was saying You know, like when it's too much? When should you give up? When should you be like, all right, it ain't gonna happen? Like as a male, like
Mm-mm.
that's
So
Never.
it is,
No.
Nigel. It's not that they are there waiting single. They have their relationships, but they're always in your DMs. They're always saying things like it's kind of like a crush that they have that they can let go.
Yeah.
And
why I
you
call
leave them unseen and they still keep
That's why I call it bookmark booty. Just wait for that new chapter.
I had a chick that I was friends with since middle school, and it's always been cordial. In middle school, she dated one of my partners. High school, she dated one of my other friends. It's always been just love. How you doing? How the kids? Da, da, da. Quarantine came around.
It was your turn.
She changed her mind. I was like,
It was your
ooh,
turn in the
dude.
friend group.
it was out of loneliness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like pandemic, everybody alone. You feel me? That's when you getting the shit more easier around that time.
No, what?
We in the house.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, because
friends.
people desperate and they ain't really being around they options like that. So the people that they really like, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
See, when you're moving around, you can kind of distract yourself with what's going on. But when you just sitting idle and you thinking about that person that you really like, and you thinking about that girlfriend that he got, or that boyfriend that she got,
Yeah.
and you like, I don't really respect them like that. Let me just check the temperature and see. Again, that's ego, man. I ain't saying nothing that don't happen. That's ego. People gonna kick that
They
tire
gonna run
and
across
see.
the wrong girlfriend, the wife.
True. That's true. Go ahead, Ronald.
You know what I'm saying? It happened to me years ago. Like a friend saw that me and her best friend were going out together. So she decided to take initiative. She wrote me a 4-page letter. And I was like, what the hell is this? And she would try to sit there and talk, you better be treating my girlfriend right. I was like, okay, why? I mean, just what are you talking about? And she would do any and everything to sit there, get my attention. And it got to the point where my ex was starting to get upset and like, you sitting there entertaining this. No, I'm not. But I got pissed off and got accused of being a liar. I didn't want to be a liar. So
that's you wanted that to happen.
And that right there is the perfect example of what I was talking about earlier, though, about like it creates so much mess. And then you've got certain girls that now you add guys in the element. Now she's showing her tail because she cannot stand that the girl is getting this attention from this guy that she did not want. And now she sees, oh, damn, he's a great guy. Like he buys flowers, he does dates, he's doing this. You could have had that too. But now he's moved on. It's a mess. It's a mess. I haven't seen it.
It's tough sledding, man. Appreciate you, Life and Times. Rojo in the building too, ball. Go listen to Jaheim, Tight Jeans. Shout out to Rojo. Marcus too, ball. I need that hoodie, Trill. Well, hey, man, it's funny you asked. Cruiseseason.com, man. Make sure that y'all tap in, man. All merch is available. These are the Wolf Gray hoodies. They are now available. Just dropped last week sometime. So again, if you know they there, make sure y'all tap in, man. Appreciate you. Marcus again. Platonic relationships are dumb and not logical. Damn, that's man, my man. Trigger Mike in the building with the 20 ball. That's family right there. Say men and women use the word friends too loosely. Most are acquaintances or colleagues. In a relationship or marriage, you cannot have friends of the opposite sex if they are not also friends with your mate or spouse. Period. I agree 100%, man.
I'm with that.
You set yourself up for failure. Appreciate you, True.
God's
favorite Pookie with the 10 ball. He ain't have a comment, man. Put leaves in the chat. He just wanted to show love, man. Make sure that y'all put leaves in the chat. Like the stream if y'all ain't like the stream. It's a hell of a conversation so far. It's about to get even better. Appreciate you, big dog. Hold on, let me see. Marcus the Fireball. Deborah Cox for that song, We Can't Be Friends.
Nope.
Shout out to Deborah Cox. That's a classic right there. Appreciate you, fam. We got Big Money Sandra in the building again with another 50 ball. Appreciate you. She said, ooh, this platonic thing is an inconvenient truth for me. Every guy friend I have would date me if I was willing. Right now, if I tell the truth, all of them flirted and were friend zoned. I call them friends only, but they call me maybe one day. That's facts, man. That's how it goes.
Yep.
That's how it goes. We've said on this pod a few times, especially men. Men have Marine sniper patience when it comes to getting that opportunity with the woman that we want. Just like y'all said, dude waiting decades. She said 2011. It's 2023. And she's still waiting on that opportunity just for that door to crack just a little bit. He gonna bum rush through that thing. He in a whole relationship. Men have Marine sniper patience. Don't listen to that. Oh he would never.
Shit.
You setting yourself up. That's just real. So appreciate you, Sandra. Marcus said, thank you, SB, the firebar. Appreciate you, big dog. Hold on, my boy just racking them up. Damn, damn OT. Hold on. Say my bad for being honest. Look, man, in this space, we welcome blunt honesty, big dog. Appreciate it. Marcus said, I gotta respect Nigel for being honest. That's real, man. That's real. Y'all had my boy in the firing hole, boy. My boy stood tall though. Appreciate it. Look,
He is tall. Nigel, how tall are you?
I'm 6'4" with shoes on. I'm 6'3.5".
Niggas always got to get a Timberland size.
Crocs. Crocs or Timberlands?
Crocs.
Oh,
15 be Nord.
Let me just say 6'3" to be even.
All right.
Say facts, Trill. Appreciate you, bro. Marcus said that's a very great point, Illa. Yeah, man, my dog was cooking, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Very true. Shelton the fireball. Only if they're one of my bros' exes can we be platonic friends. Anything else like one of the homegirls, they can still get it if the opportunity presents itself. Appreciate you, big dog.
Gotta talk to my lawyer.
Marcus the fireball.
Y'all break up. I don't know you no more.
It's tough, man.
You don't exist.
But let's be honest here. Sometimes it's the exact opposite because they be like, oh, that's his ex now. That means,
it's called expungement.
And that means that ain't your real friend.
But it does happen. Let's just be honest.
For sure. Absolutely.
It happens.
Men. That's why men are savages. We know these things. We try to tell y'all.
Especially if that man has gotten that inside scoop on
they will destroy a friendship for some ass.
OT felt that. OT felt that when he said, "That means you're not my real friend."
Yeah, and they're gonna do it. That's why we that's why men take friendship so serious. We so serious and we hold it so close because it's savagery out here. It is, and that's why whenever I give game, I'm trying to tell you the raw truth because men gonna do what men gonna do, and we can't control everything, So we try to give you pointers in there, but that's later. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
It is, man. Marcus say, what up, people? Hello to Nigel. Welcome to the panel. Stay strong, bro. Congratulations to Saida. Appreciate you, big dog. Yeah. God's favorite Pookie with the 10 ball. I'm American Sniper. 284 confirmed kills.
Number 5.
Hey, shout out to bro. Hey, the honesty, man. Transparency.
What's your ratio? What's your KD?
KD.
36-0. BC with the 2 ball, man. And Sandra single. Look, man, big money Sandra, man. We might make a love connection in the chat, man. Salute to Crusader Nation.
This might.
Love, bro. Appreciate you. Swirl Society with the 5 ball. Any woman I was ever friends with ended in either her bedroom or my bedroom. Male and female being quote unquote friends usually ends up leading to casual sex.
Friendly fun.
Facts is the facts, man. Appreciate it. Marcus 2 ball. Bookmark booty. Oh my God. That's wrong. I'm telling y'all. All right. Let's get back to business, man. If y'all enjoying the conversation, make sure y'all tap that like button. We're going to keep this thing moving right along. We're going to unpack the friend zone.
Jesus Christ.
Describe your friend zone. How does somebody get there? What are the rules and stipulations? Give me the whole 9. When you think of friend zone, what comes to mind? And we're going to start with B. Taylor first.
The thing of friend zoning. I can't be attracted to you. That's number 1, point blank. I cannot be attracted to you. I think that's all the requirements for me, and then if you're a cool person, like you're still cool people, and we can have like productive conversations, then yeah, like we could be cool, and you'll become somebody that like, I'll probably kind of get like male advice from. Like I am talking to this guy and blah, 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 blah. What do you think about this? And da, da, da. But if you're a type of guy that's going to keep saying, no, he ain't good. No, he ain't this. No, he ain't that. And I feel like you kind of trying to sabotage, I'm going to stop hitting you up. So know your place. Know that when I call you, it's for advice, and take your feelings out of it.
Bro say, because if I were to take you out,
Yeah, if you say that, I'm gonna check you and say,
I ain't doing nothing around 8:30. I'm just saying.
Damn, he stood you up. Well, I ain't doing nothing tonight.
Yeah, no, if you do that, I have to check you on that and be like, don't do that, because I'm not gonna call you for advice anymore. But I'm a friend. It just depends. Like, I've only had one male friend, like truly, well, maybe like two, but we just talk about like relationships. He tells me about stuff. Like, I don't know, like I just can't be attracted to you, but you're cool people.
So with you, is the friend zone, like, does it have a negative connotation, or is it cool?
I don't think it's negative for me unless I was placed in it and I didn't want to be in it. Then it's negative. So It's like, you don't want to be in that friend zone, and cut me off. Like, it's cool. Like, I can take that,
That right there is honorable, because most women feel away when you do that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is honorable. Ronan, friend zone. What does it look like? How does the woman get there? What are the rules and stipulations of being in it? And Ronan's friend zone.
Actually, there's two different types of zones. There's a friend zone. You get in there if you're a mud duck. If you're mentally unstable, but you're cool. I mean, I'll keep you around, but we won't get too much further. Or it's just, if I know how this is going to play out with us together, like, we could be cool, but I know if we actually link up or something like that, it's not going to go well. Then yeah, it's going to be bad. And then there's the fuck zone. We got that zone to where we can get down, but it's not going too much further. We can go eat, we can go out, chill, have fun, all that. But that platonic lockdown, nah, no, ma'am.
Ladies, y'all hear that? Because a lot of men do that. They don't. That's the difference with men and women. When we friend zone y'all, we ain't sleeping with y'all. Y'all will sleep with that woman, take her out to eat. Probably watch at her house, cook for her, cuddle with her, knowing damn well you don't want to be with her like that. That's called leading them on, and that's manipulation, because you know that girl likes
Here's the thing here too. Like,
friends.
I don't know if that's.
He said the fuck zone.
No, that's how you got that warm chicken soup, Ronan.
That's another situation. Now, when I said, like, when you put yourself in those situations, every man can sit there and attest to this. Like, there are reasons that we can fuck you, but there's reasons you provided we can't fuck with you like that.
That's using people, especially if she doesn't know.
Well, I mean, you think about it, it's kind of the equivalent when women use a guy as an emotional tampon, or the guy to bail her out of a bad date situation like that. You got those things, so they have their uses, but we got to be intentional about it.
No, sex means a lot.
You need a whole dictionary to understand.
No, sex means a lot for women.
And my finances mean a lot to me.
So y'all just be out here laying with anything.
Yeah,
my finances mean a lot to me.
Can we run it back to emotional tampon really quickly though? Did you say emotional tampon? You called someone an emotional tampon.
Well, I said that I call it emotional.
No, not the woman.
I call it an emotional tampon because a woman has a friend or those friends where she sits there and bleeds emotionally on this guy. Use him as a pad and toss him aside until it's time for her to bleed again. That's her relationship cycle right there. So she can have enough clarity to go smash the dude she's been bitching about the whole time. That's an emotional tampon.
Thank you for that. I didn't even know that existed. So no.
He came up with
in the book of Romans.
definition.
In the book of Romans.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to come up with his dictionary.
And I bet not see one woman in the chat to say he lying or Mars kick out of the chat.
Yeah, ASAP.
Yeah, see, listen, he's told the absolute truth, and now women still are not sure how to protect themselves. He already said it. You're in the F zone. So the thing to do, and B. Taylor said that's manipulation. No, it wasn't, because he never gave you any intentions on doing anything but effing. So you gotta preserve your box.
But I'm
He's not-
saying manipulation because some men will lead you on and be like, oh, I just want to see where this is going, knowing they're thinking like Ronan. So that's where I'm talking about that particular situation.
Ronan,
Now,
can
if the man
Yeah.
made it very clear what he's
Yeah.
about with you, then that's that. Now I agree with that.
No, let's
Because
say
Rona
he
be out here
didn't.
paying for gym memberships.
but hold
Let's
on.
say he didn't. Let's say he didn't.
I think the lead behind
Let's say he didn't. Let's say he did lead you on, but he never gave you any intentions on being serious with you. What? And in other words, let's say he did exactly what Ronan said he did, but he never said, "I wanted a girlfriend" or "I have thoughts of being married." What do you
That's
do?
not reality. That's not reality. Reality is that men lie to get to whatever.
Okay, so then guess what? Women need to protect lives.
You are
So
right.
like most men, I agree with running. And most men are not honest to say this is all I want.
Yeah.
That's not the reality.
Because they know women are not gonna.
Because what they say is women don't want to hear because that's going to lead for a woman to say no.
Yeah,
So
y'all
they
want to
get-
hear a lie. Y'all want to hear a lie.
No, we want you to
Y'all
tell the
wanna
truth.
hear-
Y'all
No,
just
y'all
don't
don't.
want to tell us the
Y'all
truth
wanna
because
hear
it
a
doesn't
beautiful
get
lie.
you what you want.
You want to hear a beautiful lie because
No,
if
we
I
don't
tell you
want
the
to hear a
truth,
lie.
then
Y'all
it's,
just lie
oh,
because
you
y'all
so
know the
rude
truth is
and
not
you
gonna
this
get
and
y'all
you
what
that.
y'all want.
But-
It's just
but-
a
So
lie.
tell us about a time you lied, OT.
Y'all already want the truth.
The misunderstanding is the
I don't
him
need to lie.
eat. That's what y'all take. But that's what y'all. That's what y'all holding on to. The fact that he took you out to eat before he smashed. Now you think because he took you out to eat that it means something. When really, I just want to get you outside to say that I got you outside, and instead of me just telling you come straight to the crib.
And I don't have to say anything. I don't have to say anything.
It's
Because
the art
That's
of
where we
seduction.
lack on.
No,
That's where
it's
we
The art of
women
seduction.
lack.
Hey, let's hang out. Let's have a good, let's hang out. Let's do X, Y, Z.
Why?
You agree. And then if whatever happens afterwards happens. I'm not forcing
Right.
myself on you. You're not forcing yourself on me. It just happened.
Mm-mm.
So how am I to blame for that?
To me, it's a respect thing. Like if I'm taking you out, it's a respect thing versus
You're
me.
already not respecting her body by sleeping with her with no intention.
But
For,
what-
yeah, in exchange for a meal.
Mm-mm. You got
Wait a
you
minute,
got to
you
preserve your own box.
What was your
No.
intentions? That's what
You
I'm
ain't
saying.
No. You eat the
We
food
lay
and
down
leave.
together.
Mm-mm.
So what was
Yeah,
your
that's
what was
that's
your
where we
intention?
lack as women. We should be like cognizant of the fact that the man can say whatever, but his words don't align with the actions. That we should be noticing those things, and that's why I agree with it.
We need to
We
know.
need to preserve ourselves and take care of ourselves.
We need to know that our box is more valuable than a meal.
Why
Yeah.
are you
And I
laying
think
down with
that's
me?
fair. But what do we say to the men that are running game? Because we rarely ever preach the
I don't
prevention
think they're
method for
complaining.
women
They're
is
not
to
complaining.
preserve yourself. So men,
They're not
I rarely hear the
complaining.
men give advice to the men.
The men
Hey, if
are
you're not interested in
complaining.
her, then what would you say to the men in the audience, guys?
The men are not complaining. They're not talking about being manipulated. They're not talking about trauma.
That's still, but they're still, if they're the head of our community, we need them to hold the line. So what would you guys say to them?
If they
But
didn't
see
have a box,
again,
to
and
put
I
it in,
and
it wouldn't
and,
be.
and I and I'll say what I've always said. We don't condone lying because lying is not necessary. If the woman likes you enough, she'll lie to her damn self for you. A lot of dudes be out here wasting lies. Like you telling a lie for no reason. She gonna mess with you regardless
You
of
get-
your situation.
The less
So lead with the truth, so you can always maintain my favorite phrase: plausible deniability. So if it gets too deep, she say, "Well, I mean, you acting like you my man." At the start of this thing, I told you I'm not looking for nothing serious right now, baby. I'm out here living life. You know, we gonna have a good time because I am a gentleman and I like women, right? So doors are gonna be getting opened. Like if I'm hungry and I'm on the way to a restaurant, I may hit you, and because I don't want to eat by myself. Hey, you free? Pull up. And pay the bill when you get there. Things that open the door for you, close the door for you, have you walking on the inside of the sidewalk, all of these things. But that's me being a gentleman. Yeah. And because I like women, I'm not treating it as a transactional, let me get that ass and just get rid of you. But when you do that, because so many men are out here just moving crazy, she interprets that as genuine interest. And that's what things get complicated. But as a man, if I'm giving advice to men, don't lie. It's not necessary. If she likes you enough, she'll lie to herself. She'll tell herself whatever she needs to tell herself to be able to deal with you. and you always got that get out of jail free card. That would be my advice.
Let me add something to that too, though. Don't say nothing. Just let her think, cause she gonna start. I'm telling you, that, fellas, if you take her out, the less you talk, the better. Honestly.
Yeah, ladies, ask questions. Ask a lot of questions.
You can ask a lot of questions, and I'm gonna answer them, and I'm gonna answer them probably.
So what do you mean? Don't say nothing. What advice are you giving? Give us a specific example.
I'm saying,
He's giving advice to the men.
I'm not trying to teach guys how to fuck over women, but
Yeah, you are.
if how can I put this? I'm trying to make it so that I can be as respectful as possible, and probably still get some ass at the end of the night. That's how I'm looking at it initially. Now, through all that, I might come to a point where, okay, I actually like her. But that's we talking about later. Like I'm talking about in the moment. Like in the moment when we go out and I say, hey, you want to get some food? And you say, yeah. That let me know right now it's a little bit of interest there. A little bit. Now, when we go out, it's up to me as a man to make sure how far can I go with this. And it's up to the woman to also to have her own that put her foot down, like how much I'm gonna actually give, how much I'm gonna actually show. But when y'all are dating, y'all actually conversing, a lot of times we talk ourselves out of the pussy a lot of times. Sometimes y'all could talk yourself out of a long-term relationship. But in between that, it's up to the guy what he wants at that particular moment. And 9 out of 10, he'll let you know through his actions and how he talking to you and how he moving with you what he actually wants. Because a lot of times when niggas really don't want that much to do with you, he ain't really finna ask too many questions. He might ask here and there. He might ask you what you do for work and what you like to do. But once you start getting like deep, it's only so deep I'm finna go with you if I ain't really taking you that serious. And you're gonna tell through my language and how I'm talking to you now. You still might be attracted to me because we done took a couple of shots together and I'm paying for everything, and I might be still showing you a vibe. But you still got to read through the bullshit too, though, and that's not our responsibility to. I feel like that's not the guy's responsibility to tell the girl. It's kind of the girl's responsibility to weed through the bullshit. Because
I have one question.
Whatever it takes at the end of the day.
So if you're not communicating, how do you prepare yourself to be a husband so that you can properly communicate with your wife? If you're not exercising that muscle while dating, how do you show up as a husband?
But I feel like you are doing that. Like I'm telling you, just because I'm telling the female she should do her homework. That doesn't mean I'm not doing mine. That mean I could be asking you certain questions that's important to me to let me know whether or not I feel like she's wifey material or not. But in that moment, you know what I'm saying? In that moment, anything goes. You know what I'm saying? You might say you can say anything, and at the end of the night, I could be like, okay, yeah, I just want to smash that shit. Or you could say some shit to me, and I could be like, oh yeah, I might want to go to second date with her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you going, and it also depends on what you got, how many people you already got on your roster, how attractive are you already, what's your status? You know what I'm saying? All of that matters as well. If I don't got that many options, and she's the only one that's gonna go out with me, then shit, yeah, I'm gonna just go 100% in on her. But if I'm able to have multiple options, now I'm really like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really playing. I'm playing the game. We are playing the game. Dating is a game, period. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't willing to play, you already lost.
I find it funny that women are being preached at on these panels. Prepare yourself to be a wife. And he gets to say all of this bullshit about what men can do. And they have no level of accountability of rising to a position to be a man to lead his household, right? But so I guess the women have to carry that torch too.
That's what you're saying is every girl that I go out with, I need to be approaching it.
Nigel, how do you feel about women having rosters?
I don't feel like nothing
Don't
wrong.
answer.
How long can you preserve that roster though?
Can I? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Them entertained though.
Don't fall for the trap, Nigel.
Don't do it, man.
I need to ask a question of all men.
It's like they can do it, but can you?
I got tore up on the internet for saying women, you want to have a roster, but then he freely gets to say it, and boom, nothing.
I have a question, ladies. We need to listen to this. Men, how does a woman know when you're serious about her? Because we need to listen, because if we're not going to be able to control ourselves and fall for the okie doke, We need the men to tell us when they are sincere or when they think they are going to, are sincere, because we're not listening. If preserving your box is not enough, let the men tell you, because I want them to tell us how they think when it comes to someone that they may be sincere about, if they can tell us that. There's 4 men up here right now. Can y'all please tell the ladies when y'all are sincere about a woman, what it looks like?
Sure. I think that when a man is sincere about a woman, I tell women all the time, pay attention to how much that he's willing to move around in his life to make room for you.
Mm.
When a man is just dealing with you and I just want the sex, then he gonna deal with you when it's convenient for him too. So let's give an example, right? Let's say I'm at work all day and I sit at a cubicle. Let's say 8 to 5. Sure, I'm texting you all day because I'm at the cubicle board, right? But when that texting stop at about 6:30, that means I'm out doing what I want to do now. Now it's not convenient to talk to you for whatever reason. I may be dealing with other women. I may be in a whole relationship. Who knows, right? But is the man dealing with you when it's convenient? Just like I said earlier, hey man, I'm hungry. I'm on the way to get something to eat. You can come through if you want. Compared to, hey, no, I want to go on a date with you. Be dressed, get dressed. We going at 8 o'clock. There's a different level of intention in the tone compared to, okay, I'm just en route. You can come kick it if you want. It's all good. But, there is no concrete intention as to how I'm moving. So as a woman, you got to be objective and you got to step outside the situation and ask yourself, is this man dealing with me out of convenience, or is he willing to move some shit around to make time for me in his life? And if he's not willing to move something around to make time for you, he's not serious. I don't care how great of a time you having. I don't care how many dates that he pays for, how many meals. I don't care how many times y'all have sex. Because a lot of times those things are happening in the convenience of his routine or the convenience of his schedule. But when he's willing to break said routine for you specifically, that's when you know. And the only way that you can know is by paying attention to detail, close attention to detail, take them rose-colored glasses off and look at it from as objective of a place as you possibly can. And be honest with yourself. And if you do that, you're going to be all right. But if you fall, in love with the aura and how you feel and how he's treating you and the sex and things of that nature, you're gonna have a rough time. I'm gonna just say that. So that's how I would say most men distinguish.
I would gauge it on what is she leading with, because when it comes to the whole sex thing, that's not really hard to press if you really think about it. When I talk to her, how does my language change? Is it more inclusive? Are my actions more inclusive? Is my intent more inclusive? So when we start having these conversations, more than just what you got on, I'm concerned about where you're going, what you got going on for yourself, what you're about, what you're thinking. I want to get a good gauge of what am I dealing with, because I'm more immersed in that, then that other stuff will come with it. But I'm looking at projections and I can sit there and see it for myself. Give me some homework to think about. I'll say, okay, this chick is solid. She's different. But is she really standing in it? Is she walking in it? Because there's a lot of people, men and women, who talk a good game. But if she's really intent about that and I'm engaged, y'all make a know you want to ask any questions. I'll actually give you more details than anything. But if it's vague, all right, cool. That's what's up. Now take that blouse off. You ain't got nothing.
Go ahead. I'll take it.
We talking like early on, like y'all just meet, you kind of talking, kind of get into it. Is that kind of what you're talking about, SB?
I just want the women to have some kind of idea when y'all just want to bust down versus intentions of having a real relationship with them, because we're getting real confused about this thing.
So pretty much what both of the guys said, it's the intent behind it, and it also needs to be a little bit of longevity and time behind it. Because what a lot of women don't understand is all we're doing is using y'all's blueprint against y'all. So if you said like before, a lot of women were, men not taking us on no dates, men not doing this, men not doing that. He not paying for this. He not buying me no bag. The men that's gonna buy a bag to get what they want, they gonna buy the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all asked for that. Y'all asked for the money. Y'all asked for rent being paid, light bill, whatever it is. So he gonna do it to get his results. You know what I'm saying? So then it just goes into deeper. So yeah, what are some things that he's interested in that doesn't benefit him, in that relationship? Is he showing up to work, doing different gestures or anything that's going to inconvenience him? That's how you'll know outside of his actions. Because just a regular date here and there, buy you a pair of shoes, like now, men are used to that. Okay, I know what she wants. I got an idea what she wants. That's why so many suckers, they'll leave with that up front, thinking that that's gonna win them over. And then it's, oh, I don't want that. I don't need that. It's like, well, that's what y'all been screaming about the last 20 years. He got to buy you something. He got to pay for this, pay for that. So now I'm paying for it. Now it's a problem.
Yeah.
You set these rules. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be real careful and just be intentional. And like we always say, just vet them. Kind of sit back. Yes, men, we got to work for it a little bit because we've been fucking up for so long. We trying to make up for our past fathers and uncles, and you know what I'm saying? So we, in a sense, especially if we interested, we got to put our best foot forward up front early when you're interested.
So OT, are you saying if I started to try to vet you and you wouldn't interested, what would you do? What would be your response?
Yeah, I mean, it would all depend on the woman. I mean, if
No, I'm
not
saying
really,
if as a woman, I thought maybe you were feeling me, and I started to ask you vetting questions like, where did your mom live? Where did you come from? What kind of relationship did they have? If I started getting deep into your situation, how would you respond to that if you did not have good intentions for me?
oh yeah, you probably wouldn't get all that.
I don't even think they talk like that today.
No.
Like we keep thinking about how we talk. They don't even spell. They don't even use periods and commas.
For
First
casuals,
of all,
the casuals, no.
like let me just that's not happening. Those conversations are not happening. And I think today's period, like I'm like, wait a minute. Like that doesn't happen anymore.
So what do you mean? Are you saying that OT
not as often as it should? It does.
Right.
I'm just saying that's just the world today, whether we like it or not. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I think the women today are a little bit more savvy than the women of yesterday. So they understand when you're interested. They understand when you're not interested. Where they have a hard time is where men actually engage them. Mm-hmm. And it feels like, and he's been consistent. And then all of a sudden, boom, they find out he's married. Boom, they find out he has an entire family. And that's when they start, no, this is happening. We saw a woman kill her husband. We saw a woman kill her husband on Facebook Live because the lines were blurred. We saw another lady throw acid. Did y'all follow that story?
Yeah.
Where she threw acid? Because that's where the lines become, that's not a clear black and white. And I'm not blaming anybody. I think that's where women tend to have a hard time with the ambiguity, like where it's not so clear. Right? Most of them do understand. Hell, most women will have sex with you, like Trill said. They don't care.
But
they
that's
know.
not savvy, though. That's just being sexually liberated, and it's not getting them what they want. It's getting them played, babies, all that extra stuff that they don't.
I agree with you, but I'm saying it's still happening. They're making the choice to do that, but where they get lost is in the middle, where they cannot depict. Wait a minute. He's somewhat interested because he met my family. He was over here for Thanksgiving. He's been, and this is real, but this is the part we don't talk about. We talk about the black and the white, but we don't talk about the in between.
We don't talk about the gray area. Like I've been in a gray area with a guy, and some of that stuff is sparking to me. But I remember when I was dating this one guy, and he showed up so consistently. He would call me day and night and morning. He would just be at a point where he was just bothering me. But when we talked, it wasn't just what you doing. Like it was deep connections, like really deep connections. But I realized that but it was up to me, I'll say, after about a couple of weeks, I was like, hey, well, where is this going? Because we've been talking for I'll give you 6 weeks max to tell me what's up, what we doing? Because we got to know each other at this point. And once he said, oh, well, I'm going with the flow, I cut his ass off. I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm not, you can go ship and sell by your damn self because yeah. Huh?
Was y'all sexually active though?
Yeah, they were.
What? Wait, what happened?
I'm asking, were y'all sexually active?
No, and I don't like how SB answered
I
that.
did. I'm sorry. I was just saying in general, but that's the
No, I
problem.
was talking about my
I
experience.
know, but I was getting ready to say in general, that's the problem, being sexually active. So when he said that, that's the issue. That's what keeps you gray.
Okay,
If
well,
you
I'm
kept
gonna
it
say
black and
I
white,
was not, because I try to at least be in a relationship with somebody. But yeah, girls do have sex with a guy that they've been talking to for a couple of weeks, and I
that was
don't
my
advise
point.
it.
That was my
3
point.
weeks tops.
That keeps you gray. That's what keeps you gray. If you kept it black and white, you wouldn't have these issues. But women are so out of order and sexually liberated, they actually think they can control someone with their box. So they give them to the man thinking that, oh, I'm not going to emotionally fall for him, oh, because he gonna like this. So I'm
And
gonna
then
keep throwing it on him. And then
Let me add
he
something.
just leaves, and then that's
Nigga
we
face.
gray again. So that's why I always tell women to preserve themselves, because these men, a lot of them, we already, Sheba just said, we're not even having these conversations anymore. So men are not vetting. You got to know they're not looking for anything. They don't want to be husbands nor leaders. So that ain't him. So they got to go to the next one. And then that incident with the lady with the acid, that happened 20 years ago. 20 years ago. So still, if the man is not able to be vetted, he don't want to talk about it, he is not the one. We need to get out of that little framework that we are in control and we're controlling it with our box, and this man gonna fall for us because the next one is the same. It's when a man is ready is when he does it. So we just got to stop playing and be real. And they are telling us every week on these platforms, these men are telling us exactly how men are, but we continually, oh, but oh, he was nice, and that's ridiculous. No, listen to what they're saying. They're telling you preserve yourself. That's all I'm saying. I'm working for the women, but I'm listening to the men. But I'm advocating for the men, so I can't blame them when we keep giving ourselves to them. So I hope y'all understand that.
Can
All right, Andy, hold on real quick, Nigel. Andy, and then Nigel, you can come in right after. Go ahead.
So I think that I'm gonna have to co-sign with SB on this. I think that it is 1,000% women. It is our job to keep it black and white. If you get caught in a gray area, that you need to take some accountability, because at the end of the day, men are going to let you know what level of commitment they're ready for and what phase of their life they're in. If you're dealing with a guy who's fresh out of college, he just started his first job, he is not financially probably in a position to take on a wife. And he will straight up tell you that. Guys straight up tell you, I'm not ready to be a husband yet. And guys know exactly what they need to do when it is time for them to be a husband. I've watched guys who have been in not a relationship since like probably high school and turned around and married a girl that they prepared themselves for, waited, and slept with all the other girls who were just giving them the access, and they turned around and married the girl they wanted 6 months later. And they didn't wait. They were ready for all of that. And they left everything else behind because they had their fun. They did everything that they were supposed to do. So if a man is not including you in his plans, if he's not talking about us, most men who really like you or really see something with you don't even want to have sex with you, because they're like, I don't want to fuck this up. I don't want to fuck this up. I really want to have a connection with this girl before I like have sex with her, because I already know it's gonna be good.
Didn't all the men on
Hold
the
on,
panel
wait.
at one point said that they want to have sex? Like,
Right,
so I
right.
don't know about all that.
Yeah,
No, I'm
that's
not
why I was
saying
going.
they
That's why I was
don't
going
want
to
to.
get to that. That's
But
why I got to
hold up.
stop you.
But
Now
I think she
now
make a
wait.
good point. She
Now
make a
wait.
good point.
Now again, what she's saying in terms of us having more tolerance to hold out, she right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Yes,
intention to have sex is always there. I don't give a damn how
for sure, for
amazing
sure.
Right.
you
I
are.
know.
We
They
still
For
know
do
sure.
they're gonna smash you. Like they're, I'm not saying, or like I shouldn't say smash you. That's a terrible
No,
word.
you
But
said it
they
right.
know that they're going to have sex with you, right? But they know for a fact when they pick you, they're like, this quality of woman that I waited for, oh, it's gonna be bomb. And
Yeah,
I
that's a
got
fact.
the experience to back this. So I'm not worried about what she brings to the table, because I'm gonna teach her what I want her to know sexually. Because I have experience. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They do that. Guys do that. They
Oh,
will.
they say we don't please them. We won't please y'all, right? So
It's because they choosing wrong. But go ahead, Nigel. Go ahead and dive in here, big
No,
dog.
I was gonna say, ladies, like the way the weed niggas is out is put them to work. Honestly, be Taylor. If you got to move tomorrow, you date a nigga, you ask him, can he help you move, and he got an attitude. I don't know. He might even come over there, but he got an attitude while he carry your shit. He really just
Slamming shit around.
really just,
Actually,
you know what I'm
that
saying?
same guy that I was in the
Like
gray
that.
area with, why I said 6 weeks, because he wanted to
Yeah, but that's easy.
have sex, and I was like, "Nah, where are we going?" You know. And then I was moving at the time, and I asked him, "Hey, you gonna help me?" I was about to move. I said, "Oh, you gonna help me move?" The man gonna say, "I'll pay somebody to help you."
Oh,
I'm like,
well, that's even better. Professionals.
but I wanted him to get in there. Nah, it was like on some lazy type of thing. I didn't like that. It wasn't like, yeah, what I need
Been
to
there.
do. Like, it was just.
I'm telling you, I done been. I
And
done
I
been.
think when
to
you
help.
stuck in the gray area, y'all always talk about accountability for women, but don't talk about what that looked like. So I'll say it. Ladies, when you're in the gray area, the accountability is to walk away.
Y'all ain't
But they
walking.
still ain't gonna walk, and that right there is the issue. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was.
But
That's
real
true.
quick though,
They
real quick
don't.
though, this right here is another thing ladies need to pay attention to. If you want to know if a man really likes you, you got to pay attention to what he takes interest in about you that he doesn't benefit from. Right? What are your hobbies? What are your favorite things to do? Like when you bring those things up in conversation, is he willing to ask open-ended questions and actively listen? Or is he being real short, trying to change the subject, trying to get off the phone, trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be able to tell, okay, he having dismissive energy. Okay, well, he ain't really that interested in me and my passion for dance or my passion for, whatever it is, the art, different things like that. Now, if you get to talking about going out, pulling up, where you gonna be at the club, I'm trying to see you, then he has a bunch of questions, a bunch of interests in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to talking about that book that you like to read and things like that, he's like, oh, yo, word, yeah, that's crazy, that's crazy. So, what you doing this weekend? When he
Bunch of
swim on
music.
past what your interests are, that lets you know what he there for. Because most dudes, let's be honest, even if we try to pretend that at the beginning that we have some interest, eventually it's going to, dwindle off and you're going to be able to tell the difference. But again, you got to take the rose-colored glasses off to be able to pay attention to that. So again, how much about you is he interested in that he doesn't benefit from?
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll give a quick example. When I was dating my husband, I love to cook. Do you know after we got married, one day he said, don't be putting those cucumbers on my salad. I was like, you always eat. He's like, I don't like cucumbers. I just did that. Because I was just trying to get up in it. I was trying to get on your good side. And I'm like, then he started telling me, I don't really like mushrooms neither. And I was like, this Negro has, what? I didn't even know a man could pretend like that. You've been eating cucumbers that long and you don't even like them?
For the
Okay, that's all
love
I'm
of
saying.
you. He living for the love of you.
That's
Wise
so
man once
true.
said, I think his name was Ronald Isley or something like that. If I could be mistaken. Go ahead, SB.
I just have a question because B. Taylor, tell me again, if you can, don't mind. Well, how do you get to the gray area and what is going on in the gray area?
I
If
think the
you're not
gray
sleeping
area
with the man, if you're not sleeping with them.
Right. So I think the gray area is you guys meet, right? Like y'all getting to know each other. So that's going out on dates, talking on the phone, getting to, just talking and see if y'all even have like a connection and a vibe. And then after I said 6 weeks, because I feel like that's long enough to know, like, do I like this person? Do I not like this person? Can I see myself taking the next step? For me, 6 weeks is like, if you can't tell you want to take a next step with me, then what are we doing? So that's where I'll admit, like I probably stayed 2 weeks longer than I should have because during those 2 weeks, I felt confused. I felt confusion. I didn't feel at peace about it because in my head, I knew I really was starting to like him. And I'm like, this doesn't feel good because I feel like me and him, I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for commitment, and looking towards those steps. And he's kind of like, unsure, and he won't even tell me if that's something he wants in the future or taking those steps. So for me, I'm like, I gotta cut it off because you're not really progressing. I feel like we're still in that introduction phase, and it don't take 2 months for us still be in introduction phase. There's people who meet people within 3 months and know that that's their wife. So I know how men, they're pretty straightforward. If you're it, and you're gonna know you it. And I didn't feel like I was it for him, so that's why I had to walk away.
How many dates was that if you had to put a number on it?
He had kids, so it was like every other weekend. was like every other weekend.
That's a long time because what you're actually saying is y'all really wasn't into each other, and it just took y'all that length of time to find out.
6 weeks, 3 days.
I feel like if you have to,
well, no, it wasn't like 3 days, but I mean, we like hung out and stuff like that. But most of the time, it was us talking on the phone. But our schedules, it just wasn't. I worked weekends at the time that I dated him, so it was just like kind of all over the place. So, and then he had his kids every other weekend. So,
I be feeling like
right.
you have to ask. You probably already know the answer majority of the time, because like you said, like any guy that like you, he's gonna tell you straight up. You don't have to question it. When you start questioning shit, you already know the answer. When it comes to most men,
yeah.
And as a woman, I'm saying that's how you stay out of the gray area.
But I think for women, it's like once our feelings are involved, it is hard for some women to like walk away from that. That's why I said it took me like 2 weeks too long when I finally did start to like, hey, I feel like I'm in this gray area with you. And then it was like the communication started dwindling down. I stopped kind of talking to him as much as I did. Like it was kind of like I just kind of slowly backed off. And then I just finally just cut the cord and told him, hey, this is not working. I don't know if you want to be friends or not, but this is not working. He didn't want to be friends, so we just cut the cord.
I don't know if I could wait 6 weeks though.
For what?
Well, them sexual demons is a month in 2023, ain't they? You can't wait. You can't wait. That's a little bit over a month for sex.
If you like me, I ain't waiting. I don't have to wait 6 weeks. If you
don't know nothing about her sexual history. You don't know nothing about how many men she's been with, and you can't wait to get it. Come on.
Well, tonight.
You asking your date they body count?
It should be important to you whether she tells you or not. That's your.
Should it?
You don't have big discipline.
Test results or something on the last time they've been intimate or something.
I mean, you don't care. You not care. Y'all not caring what y'all lay up with. Like HIV ain't real out here.
They don't.
And herpes and damn.
Honestly, I mean, I might ask you when the last time you had sex. Maybe.
And you know she's gonna lie. You know she's gonna lie anyways.
But
so they don't care.
Hold on. Go ahead. Nigel, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I'm married, so you were asking me when's the last time I had sex?
No. I'm talking about the questions that I'm asking while we're dating. Like, I might ask you when the last time you had sex, but I'm not gonna ask you a body count. Like, I feel like it's only a certain. I don't know. It's only a certain level I'm gonna take it when it comes to that question. You know what I'm saying? But majority of the time, I could tell through your mannerisms and how you act if you ran through or not.
Yeah. It's called that. You just said act. You know how many niggas get tricked every day?
Okay.
Well, on these panels? Hold on. Let's start with some of these panels. So you really gonna go by an act after a month? How she acts?
But I think that the man that really wants to wait for you is the man that is willing to sacrifice that. If he's not willing to do it, like he immediately said, I'm not waiting. You know,
but he only has one penis. It ain't like he got another one.
Nigel,
but that's his problem. That at the end of the day, he's the one, getting something too. But, it's not like just a woman. We are supposed to preserve ourselves. But if he is not willing to wait 6 weeks and look at it as a sacrifice.
He high. That boy high.
No, like
I'm just kidding.
If he's not willing to do that sacrifice to wait for you, he really don't care for you. He really don't. He's not into you like that. That to me will say a lot.
Nigel,
to me will say a lot.
You moving?
He froze.
I don't know, man. My boy froze up.
Hey, froze up.
I thought he was thinking really hard.
Does anyone know how old Nigel is? I feel like he's in my age bracket.
He's in my age.
He's like 32.
30.
32.
Okay.
I think he's 32.
32.
I was thinking he was in my age, like 25 to 30. That's why I was like
32. I think he said.
Yeah.
32.
All right, man. We're gonna pay some bills real quick, and then we're gonna get back to Indy because everybody ain't even get to answer the last question. We got detoured so crazy, it went to a whole other conversation, man. So we're gonna pay some bills real quick. We're gonna get back to it. Mr. O, the 2-ball, ain't trying to have that man sloppy seconds. No, thank you. Appreciate it, fam. Informative man show, the 4-piece, peace and respect. It's love, bro. Appreciate it. The traveling CPA, the fireball. If I meet a shorty and she has male friends, or even worse, a male best friend,
Ooh.
she is recreational bucket immediately. Jesus Christ. Appreciate you, bro. Rojo, 2 balls. Sounds like convenience to me, B. Taylor. I guess what B. Taylor was talking about earlier.
What? Convenience or what?
We'll get back to that.
Yeah. We're gonna get back. So I think he was talking about something you said way early at the beginning of the conversation in terms of the friend zone. What your definition is? Traveling with the fireball. If I meet her, oh wait, no, I read that one. My bad. Cold blood Rottweilers, the fireball. Chances are no. It's rare and usually formed as kids. Most cats will hit if given an opportunity. I agree with that, 100%. Kev with the 20 ball. Appreciate it. Say shout out to the crew in the panel, Spirited Combo. Let's keep it going. Y'all heard the man. Let's keep it going, man. Make sure y'all tap that like button if y'all enjoying the conversation, man. Appreciate you, big dog. Dub Will with the fireball. Friend zone. Cut buddies only. Platonic friend zones are pointless. You heard the man. Tech Nobility with the 10 ball. Ladies, let's not act like these quote unquote situationships, sneaky links, cut buddies, friends with benefits, turn into something for you, but not him. So men are honest in these arrangements.
Yep.
Appreciate you, fam. Magic, the fireball. We know within the first 5 minutes of meeting you whether or not we want to be serious with you or not. Stop making new friends when you know you're not interested. I agree with that. Nicole, 10 ball. Do men lie or do women lie to themselves and not read between the lines? That man's actions will always show you what he is wanting, and that gives women their answers to move accordingly.
It's a ladder.
A little bit of both.
I agree with that, Nicole.
A little bit of both.
Sheldon, the fireball. I've done had my fair share of F friends, and it was a mutual understanding to not get into a relationship, and we still cool to this day for being honest.
Yep.
Thank you, Shelton.
But it ain't platonic no more.
Marcus, Nigel, you the MVP of the night in my book, man. Appreciate you, Marcus. God's favorite Pookie with 10 ball. Nigel is the truth. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Marcus, 2 ball. I didn't know God had a favorite Pookie.
Who is he talking about?
Favorite Pookie.
One of the chat members' names is God's favorite Pookie. Big Money Sandra back again with another 50 ball. She said, consider renaming this episode Inconvenient Truths. My bossy, hard-headed self is finally willing to hear a different narrative from the men on this panel for real. Brave trailblazers here. This is priceless and will truly help so many people. Look, man, we aim to please up here, man. I want y'all to take away what we saying, bro. I ain't got no reason to lie to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what these dudes is thinking when y'all messing with them, bro. Now you can listen or you can't, or you don't have to, but you gonna learn eventually. And when you do, I want you to think back to what we said up here on this panel and just give us our credit. You ain't got to tell us directly, but just give us our credibility. That's all I'm saying. God's favorite Pookie again for 55. I say SB is speaking facts. Much respect. Appreciate you, bro.
My man got some money, dog. I ain't gonna spend at least $100 tonight.
Man, boy. Dub Will with the fireball. How to avoid the gray area. Cut the short is short and be blunt. That's real. That's real. So many people be wasting time with small convos. I hate small talk. I hate small convos. What are we here for? Let's get to moving in that direction or let's go our separate ways. But it ain't gonna be a situation where I'm standing there trying to earn you liking me. That is insane to me. But it's a lot of dudes do it. Doug Will saying is a fact. Appreciate you, bro. Smooth in the building. The man himself.
Let's be cool.
My dog will be back to the panels. I keep hearing everybody saying, when Smooth be back, when you coming back? Bro will be back very, very, very soon. Man. Taking care of some business. What he said, 6 weeks, B. Taylor, that ain't enough time for him to be comfortable to say, hey, I possibly see you as the one. 3 months, then you will be right. But 6 weeks, nah. He's saying 6 weeks ain't enough time, B. Taylor. You want to respond to that?
Yeah, no, it is. It is to take the next step. Like 6 weeks. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough time to say, if you like me, if you want to keep taking this forward and something serious, give me some hints that you're looking for a relationship or you're taking the steps towards that.
That's all of April, B. Taylor, and the second week in May. That's 6 weeks.
I'm gonna move quick.
Men just told us the first 5 minutes they
I
know. They said the first 5 minutes they know. So it's you don't have to wait 6 weeks. The first 5 minutes they know. So in 6 weeks he's all over you. He doesn't have to propose yet, but you know he wants you in
Right.
an hour.
And
And it ain't
he'll
gotta be sexual.
I'm not asking you to make me your woman or marry me in 6 weeks. I'm just saying, like, there needs to be
She just
some.
want to know where y'all stand.
Yeah, like where we stand and where we're going. And if you're telling me we going with the river, you could flip that damn boat over and I'm hopping off.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just trying to take things slow, man. We going with the flow. Let's just see where we end up. Who
if
knows?
a man tell you that, run. And sink the boat on your way out.
Right now, why you messing up the vibe? Like how we rocking right now?
Right. You know what I'm saying? I like your vibe. You
I don't
got
want to miss. I don't want to
That
miss.
sounds like something Nigel would say.
Oh, don't do my voice like that.
Hey, you know
this chemistry right now.
Nigel 6'3", he probably say that a lot.
I don't want to mess nothing up. You know, I don't want to put too much pressure on nobody. I'm
Right.
enjoy what we have.
What we got is working. Let's not do that.
Let's just live in the moment, man. We don't want to move too fast. Let's live in the moment, man. We got time.
Like, you cool? You cool?
Nah. See, and
Hey,
that's all game. That's all. That's him telling you you ain't the one.
Exactly.
We're gonna call that move the Nigel.
Nigel River.
That's the Nigel.
The Nigel River.
Nigel, you're right.
Nigel River.
The Nigel River is hilarious.
His mic is not working.
Marcus, the fireball. Everything you're saying, SB, is right. But the women of today refuse to listen. So let them learn the hard way.
Well,
appreciate you, bro.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Daryl, the fireball. Shout out to the panel. Yeah, you good now? Daryl in the building. Salute to Daryl, man. His family right there. Shout out to the panel. Appreciate you, bro. Darnell with the fireball. I answer all your questions about me, and I ask you some, but I still don't want you. However, won't be no restaurants, trips to the fair, etc. Salute to my boy.
It's a
Darnell.
cold world. That's the Nigel.
Hey, man, it's tough out here. Nicole, the 10 ball. B. Taylor, you were in a gray area because you chose to be in a gray area. Because those questions could be answered at the door, and no time would have been wasted.
I mean, hey.
Why do people say stuff like that? Like I'm a psychic or something. Like you find out as you get to know this person. So why would I know everything and where we supposed to go right out the door? Like I don't even know I'm still getting to know you, and if there's even a connection there.
No, because at the door you say I am interested in a relationship.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm interested
in a relationship. I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah, but how would we know if we even want to be in a relationship with each other? Of course, that's what we're doing.
You want a relationship. You know what you want. You want a relationship. If he doesn't want to, then
this is the thing about the gray area. Sometimes y'all can say that, right? And then 6 weeks go by and that person realizes they don't want to be in a relationship with you. That's where I'm getting. Like y'all skipping over that part. I get what y'all are saying, but it's not that easy.
Tell you when we don't want to be in a relationship with you instead of continuing to talk to you and hang out with you.
Huh? You said what?
So what you're saying is when we come to the conclusion that we don't want a relationship,
with
we
that
should say,
person
instead of continue to take you out on dates and trying to talk to you.
Because guess what? Let me tell y'all. I'll tell y'all.
I agree with that.
Whatever. It's an L. Whatever. It's not an L for me. It's whatever. Like this is how I know it was like when somebody say I'm not ready for a relationship with you, because as soon as I cut him off, I was snooping on his page. That motherfucker got in a relationship three weeks later with a whole nother girl, and he was like in the relationship with a girl. So he didn't want me. He wanted somebody else.
Found what you was looking for.
He found what he was looking for.
He been in that relationship, B. That's what I'm telling you.
No,
it's a good. we just talked about it don't take 6 weeks, bro.
That was his girlfriend reveal.
I did my research, and they was talking a little bit, but then they went ahead and made it like official, probably like.
Well, they want
what it was. Side wife.
That's no, I was not no side wife. No.
But what I'm saying though, if you snooping on his page and you figuring all this out, you already knew it shouldn't have been no gray area. You knew what was up. You knew
no,
he wasn't.
I didn't know until after. It was a gray area for me because I didn't know about this until after it ended.
Okay.
I think sometimes ladies really have to if they're honest and serious about becoming wives, they have to self-reflect on who they are and what attracted them to the people that they're trying to date. If you're dating a man because he looks hot, but he's like dumb as a doorknob, but he just looks real good and he's not saying anything right, but he just looked real good, and you can like see yourself laying with him, but he just not saying nothing else, then you have to be honest with yourself and say, I just wanted to sleep with this man. I knew he didn't want nothing. But if you actually dating with intentions, you're looking for other things. You're looking for character. You're looking for him to say things like leadership and plan and what I want to be in 5 years and stuff like that. You have to women have to self-reflect and figure out if this man is really what I would even want as a husband. Because it'd be us. We be what y'all call that when y'all be groping. We be fantasizing about nice looking men. We want to lay up under them. We want to get up under them. So we'll make them right.
I wanted to answer your question, SB. You call that's called dick apnea, respectfully.
Ain't no woman saying that. Women don't talk like that.
Well,
It's called what?
It's called dick apnea. When you're in the moment, you have these lapses of judgment. When we talk about intuition supposed to kick in, for some reason, it shuts down.
Digmatized. We call that delusional. Digmatized. They, all
these terms kill me.
I'm not going to even go that far. I'm just saying if you're highly attracted to him, but he has nothing else, and you just keep looking past the fact that nothing else is working, and you just keep saying, God, he looks so good, but nothing else is really working, but you still want to hang out with him because he looked good and he smelled good, but there's really nothing there. We have to self-reflect and realize that we put ourselves in that situation.
Intuition struck out.
They're basing their relationship
McDonald's
on
ice cream
sex.
machine.
Accountability, man, is a beautiful thing, man.
Pick and choose. They pick and choose.
Can I ask a question real quick?
All right, hold on real quick. Let me get through paying these bills, and then we can get right to the question. Appreciate you, Nicole.
Okay.
Marcus Tubal, no more gray areas in 2023. It's so simple. That's facts, man. I agree, man. We got to stop lying to ourselves, bro. Got to. Nicole, the Powerball, know the gray areas, hearing the answer, but believing what you want to hear.
Well, there it is.
That's very true. That is very true.
That's true.
Black God Tubal, what's up, cool season? Black God in the building. What up, G? Appreciate you pulling up on us. Scooby with the 20 ball. Just showing love, man. I appreciate you, bro. You already know. Ruckus, the 5-ball. 1, the man watches the Notebook with you. 2, when he buys a Yorkie instead of a German Shepherd. And 3, he does grocery shopping with you. These things let you know that man is genuinely interested. Appreciate you, bro.
And that Notebook movie was something else too. I don't know why women love that damn movie.
What, the Notebook?
Yeah.
It's a love
story. She was terrible.
I ain't there yet.
She was horrible.
She was a horrible woman.
Yeah, she was. I ain't gonna lie to you. Rojo said it took 6 weeks because you was combing through that roster. Be Taylor.
I wish I had a roster. I wish I had a roster while I was talking to him, because my feelings probably would never been as hurt as they were.
Okay.
Oh Lord. All right, let me see, man. Marcus Trill, please call time on Ronan. Yeah, man, we got to, man. Ronan getting out of control, man. Every time. Appreciate you, bro. LD with the follow. The first 5 minutes, I know when I want to smash, not be with you.
Yeah.
Tech, 5-ball. Women fall in love with how men make them feel first. I agree with that, 100%. God's favorite Pookie, Ronan need to publish a dictionary. I agree. Lord Jefferson, even though I'm not your man, you're not my girl, I'm gonna call you my shawty. Shout out to God.
Come on now.
T-Pain, that's classic, right? That's back for y'all time. Y'all wasn't outside. Y'all was not outside for that. All right.
That's how she gets.
That's all we got.
For real.
That's all we got right now. Nigel, now you say you had a question.
How do you get out of the friend zone?
Well, the thing about it is this, man, which is ironically was going to be our next question. Hold tight. Right there. Can someone elevate from the friend zone? It honestly depends. I think with men, no. Once men categorize you and put you in our friend zone, which again we didn't even really get to define, but I'm gonna answer it briefly, and then we're gonna come back to this. With men, no. With women, you may have a chance to graduate one day. Because fact is, when women are young, women like the wrong type of man, most of them. And the good ones they actually tuck in the friend zone because he's missing something. He don't have the aura. He don't have the pizzazz. He don't have the street cred. He don't have that just, bit of cockiness and arrogance and things of that nature that young women are interested in. So a lot of times they got to go get their heart broken by the men that they actually desire, and then come back around to the friend zone. Damn, John been loyal to me since 2011. Like B. Taylor said, let me honestly think about maybe. Let me just try it. And then they tried, and it turned out to be the best relationship they ever been in, right? But men, not so much. If men put you in the friend zone, a lot of times it's because you're ugly. That's just what it is. Let's just call it what it is.
Mud ducks.
It's
Facially
mud
challenged.
ducks, Chewbacca.
What you mean? Like, how do you know you in a friend zone with a man?
When he's just,
When you
again, like I said earlier, when he's hitting you up out of convenience. It's 3 a.m. I just left the club. Hey, you up? Pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because even with those chicks, don't get me wrong, just because she ugly don't mean the body ain't right.
Nah.
And most men are still smashed if the body is right. So it's like I'm gonna deal with you out of convenience. But that's the difference. More times than not, men gonna smash the chicks in our friend zone. Unless she just trash. She just all the way just looks are just horrible. Then no. Then he wouldn't even put in the friend zone. He'll just remove himself from her completely.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But friend zone.
Yeah, but if we put her in the friend zone, it's because she's not good. She don't look good enough to be our girl, or she got a past that we don't feel comfortable walking around with her on our arm. She might have been a little tossed back in the day, got a little too much mileage, whatever we know from the neighborhood. Word done spread around the locker room and things of that nature. So it's like, well, we can't cuff you. I mean, you are a cool person. You're fun to be around. But in terms of a serious relationship, no, ma'am. So we're going to keep you in the friend zone and we're going to deal with you out of our convenience. Another way is if our homeboy has sex with you. We can never be an official item.
It's a bad referral.
Most men think like that, right? If any one of the homeboys smashed you, it can't happen. Because again, when a man like cuffs a woman and we walk around with her on our arm, like it's a lot of our ego is tied to that. Like that woman is on a pedestal. We put that woman way up here, and it's hard to look at her the same when bro can tell me how your tonsils feel.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? It's just honest.
Say it again.
It's honest. It's hard for me to walk around with my chest up and on my arm.
It's
when
after
my bro
12.
can tell me how her tonsils feel.
Right on time.
When a man look at a woman we gonna take serious, we thinking about exclusivity. She off limits. None of the guys and everybody curious. Damn, bro, she bad. She this. Yeah, that's mine right there, G. But if he can't talk like that around his boys, you're not getting cuffed.
It's not gonna sound well when he said that's us.
What if he never slept with her? What if he never slept with her? Does that make a difference?
Yes. If he never had sex with her, then she's still in play. It's still gonna be an uphill battle.
Yeah.
But she's still in play. But if he done slept with her, or if they ever been in any serious type of relationship, or even if bro liked her a lot, like really loved her, we gonna stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because it just, we don't want to mess up the, gang chemistry and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? But that right there will get you put in the friend zone. Yeah. Now, again, we're going to hit you up when it's convenient. We're going to have some sex. We might call you. Hey, man, we got a section at camp, man. Just pull up on us, man. Bring your homies. Da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? We're going to kick it. But in terms of it being serious, no. So to answer Nigel's question, those are probably the main 3 ways that you get put into the friend zone. But we're gonna get back to the topic at hand. I think it was Indy's turn. And the question was, let me go back to it. Describe your friend zone and how do men get there?
So again, I've been, I think, pretty vocal about me not having male friends. So I'm about to, I guess, spill a little bit of my own game. Something that I kind of learned from my brothers, right? Is that if I really like a guy, I make him my friend first. So like the young man that I've been involved with, or like that I'm involved with right now, I've known him since 2016. We went to the military together. We're just now like actually like taking things seriously because I've watched how he moved and I was like, And it wasn't that I'm not attracted to him. It wasn't that I don't like him. It wasn't any of that. It's just that I know how he is was as a young man at his age, and I knew he was not ready to be a husband. So for me, I was like, I want to still keep him in my life. I do care about him a lot. This is somebody that I could potentially like, you know, I know he would probably marry me, whatever it might be. So I'm going to keep that there. And yeah. So for me, I don't keep anybody in a friend zone unless I see like a future with them. And I know that they're just not ready yet. So he might still be like in his hoe phase, but they're vocal. They'll let me know like, hey, Indy, I know I'm not ready to be a husband yet. I know you're not coming up off the box. So let me go get my life together first. And then I'm going to reapproach you when I'm ready. And I've found that it's more successful when I've done it that way. But just keeping platonic male friends around, I don't do that.
Quick question, Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to marry him or do you want to get married?
No, I do want to marry him. He's definitely my best friend. We've seen each other through seasons of growth. But he's been in Germany he's in the military. So he was stationed in Germany for the past 3 years. So we gotta like reconnect on a actual like hang out again, like get to know each other, be around before we ever take that step.
So
but
you don't view friend zones as a negative, is what
no,
you're
I
saying.
think that they're a great place to be for a man if he's still getting his stuff together. Like if you see the potential in this man and you know that the kind of man he is, like let's just say Nigel, okay, you're in school to be a doctor and you're focused on that right now. That's your tunnel vision right now. You're not worried about no females. Like you're gonna get your out, but you're not like looking to be in a relationship because you're like, I'm setting myself up for my future. But I know like when it's time to come for a wife and you're ready to be with the wife, I'm about to stick out in your mind. Why? Because Indy checks on you. I make sure that you're okay. If you need to vent about anything, I'm listening, whatever it is. And then, we still keep our connection, but there's just no sex involved. So it doesn't tie up the whole, the whole
Nigel's ready to move.
because it messes things up. So we don't put sex on there. So either way, if we end up together, great. We already have a great foundation. I know you, you know me. I know, childhood trauma, certain things. I've seen you through seasons. I've seen your growth as a man and vice versa with me. And then if it goes somewhere else and they end up with someone else, then it's a lot easier to be like, okay, because you're not tied up because you didn't sleep with this person.
That's why my man can't have no friend, because just in case, because I always feel like if we dated in 2016 and I knew about you and your friend, I see y'all in 2020, I'm gonna always feel like y'all was messing around.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's what that is. That's what that is. They probably, it was right person, wrong time. There was something that happened. Somebody wasn't ready. To me, that's what a friend zone is.
That's why I'm like, yeah, you can't be.
You're not keeping someone around, and for me, it's the opposite. I'm not keeping no bozos around. Like I'm just not, because it's pointless. Like I don't run a circus. Like we're not keeping the clowns around. Like go ahead, but you keep the person that like eventually, like yeah, I know, we gonna sit down, okay? We gonna sit down. We gonna do this. We gonna do this right. And now the time has come for the right. And I'm not gonna lie, it's scary. It's kind of scary because now it's like, this is the real thick of it. Like, if it works this time, this is it. I'm getting married. If it doesn't work this time, I don't know. Yeah, it's cut it off. We will never be able to go back again, ever.
I think that's what Nigel was trying to avoid.
Since 2016, since we went into the military together.
Yeah, that's Lord. Like I say, man, love is dope, but it's terrifying.
I don't know, but that's just me.
Yeah. Miss Queen, describe your friend zone. How does a man get put in the friend zone with Queen, man?
Goodness. He probably came out the blocks wrong. Stumbled out the blocks. I'm going to leave it there.
Well, hold on. Now we're going to need a little bit of clarity. When you say stumbled out of the blocks, hypothetically speaking, the guy, comes at you, approaches you, hey, man, I think you're gorgeous. I like your vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking we can explore something. Maybe see how this go. You listening to him? You know, hypothetically speaking, you single. You listening to him, and you like, friend zone. What triggers that reaction?
It's like a scan, a fingerprint scan. Your brain's going. Friend zone, friend zone, friend zone. There you have it.
And we have it. I mean, it's funny because me and I operate the same way. The wild part is like we'll know y'all in the friend zone.
It could be as simple as the way you talk.
Mhm.
Your fingernails can be dirty.
You work hard.
Yeah, but that sounds like a hard-working man.
No, because my
Hell
husband has
no.
oil on his fingers. But
Okay.
men know how to clean up when they try to holler at a woman. Because my husband deals with oil
I
and
agree.
fuel. But when you're approaching a woman, a man knows how to clean himself up. It could be as simple as a lack of eye contact. Because a lot of times men don't even look. Like a lot of these people, they can't even look at you a long time, right? It's just little things that's not necessarily physical that you can just piece together really, really quick. But normally it takes about 1 or 2 encounters, I think.
Got you. And then just real quick, once that determination is made, is he stuck in prison forever? Hypothetically?
I think friend zone is a good place to be. You're gonna always be around them. You coming to the barbecues, you going on the family trips, depending on how close y'all are. Mama love you, brother love you. You get to critique everybody and run them out the door. Oh, he ain't shit. You know, I knew he wasn't gonna do. I mean, like friend zone can be. Look, OT don't like that.
Oh,
You
like
got a furnace cell in Pelican Bay.
It's like the platform. You got to accept your position. Have y'all seen the movie The Platform on Netflix? Level 1 all the way down to, and you got to wait to eat. It's the platform. Accept your position. If it's friend zone, it's friend zone. But if you can become okay with that and learn how to be a good friend, thank you for being a friend. Boom, 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 boom. Traveling down the road and back again. Boom, boom. Okay.
Them guys that you not respect. Hey, them the guys you can run over though, in my opinion. Because you know they up there. He don't got no backbone. He ain't got he don't want to leave. He not gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? Like if I insist on being there, being around you 5, 10, 15 years, don't say nothing. Or like you said, accept my role and be okay with that. Like,
what's wrong with that?
What does the leadership?
Did you just said a woman now? Y'all done talked about how women get friend zone and ain't nobody push back.
Yeah, but
because then she gonna be real crazy if she popping up.
Nothing.
If she popping up on your dates and not accepting her role. So you mean to tell me, Nigel, you can't accept your role?
Probably. I don't. I gotta see the benefits of being in that role though. Like what's the benefits from it? I have to see that. If it ain't no benefit, then what role am I accepting? It's like me being.
It's up to you. I mean, you can choose to leave anytime, but once you're there, you're there.
But okay, but if we're talking about trying to get out, what you're saying is it's a waiting game. Am I
no? Trill said once they're there, they're there. You got to take that up with Trill.
No. Once you're in the friend zone, you're in the friend zone. But if you're ever trying to get out, that's a waiting game. You're waiting. You're sitting there. You might
I think that's disrespectful.
There's no way to get out of it. When a woman puts you in a friend zone and she's serious about it and you in there and you done tried every attempt, it's really hard. You're going to have to, by the time you get her, it's because she's probably defeated and depleted and she just giving you a chance because you're there.
Been reading the book of Ronan.
I feel like you deserve better for yourself.
Defeated and depleted. That is
get it in that way though. If you have to get it in that, if you have to wait, if she has to be vulnerable in order for her to look at you that way, like what does that say about you though, as a man though?
Nothing. Don't take it personal. Stop personalizing things. You just didn't make the cut. Listen, have you ever got beat in a race?
All right.
And he was just faster. Have you ever had a guy run a 40 quicker than you? Did you go and pout about it? Or did you go and work up your game? You got in the weight room, you changed your diet, and you tried out for a different team or a different position, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about different teams, different positions. That's not weight.
Oh, Nigel. I
Come on.
thought you were sharper than that.
Come on.
Come on, Nigel.
Yeah, I see you, man.
get what you mean though, but still though.
Tell him to get out of the
I don't
pool.
want you to go out like this because you had a great start out the blocks.
It's all
Look,
love.
Nigel ain't come ready for Wednesday. Look, it's sharks in this
He
tank.
ready. He ready. He better
Run your rank, man.
My boy
Run your
ready.
race.
He just got to learn the
Word, man.
terrain over here, man. He gonna get it down. Ronan, describe your friend zone. How does a woman get into it, man? How do you decide?
I put her in the friend zone when I see how she treats people. If she is real nasty to service people, like that's an immediate turn off. Like, look, we can go somewhere, but your social skills are trash. If she's functionally retarded, she's definitely in the friend zone. I can't do shit with her. Or again, it's like when I see that I can't build anything solid beyond what we have. I see how she moves because I give it time. Then I have to like set her aside. We're good as associates. We're cool, but I can't let you go past a certain point because things like confidentiality matter to me. Because if you run your mouth gossipy and everything like that, you'll get an empty shell of me. You'll be around, but you'll just be in orbit, way past Neptune somewhere. But you're not gonna go get too close because I don't trust you like that. So as far as that friend zone, that's how that goes. Now the other zone I told you about, once you're in there, it's very difficult to get out. Very. Abandon hope when just like you go to hell. Abandon hope.
That's just real. I mean, every girl I ever put in there, man. Lord have mercy. I mean, it's zero likelihood, and I mean zero.
Zero.
You understand me? But that's another conversation. Oh, describe your friend zone and give me the thought process behind putting a woman in there, man.
There is no friend zone. It's a friend zone or it's a dead zone. That's what it is. It's a dead zone. We're not friends. We have nothing to talk about. Like, even if you are in a quote unquote friend zone, if you were in there, it would be somebody that you're not attracted to as a man. But nah, because I don't really have too many female friends, so I wouldn't have to put nobody in the friend zone either. To me, like a friend zone is somebody you just got in the cut, in the sense you got them waiting hand and foot on you, kind of, when you want to. But it's always been you either my woman or you not. I've always tried to keep it black and white. Now, if you mistook it as I was treating you a certain way and you liked it and you wanted to become my woman, then we ain't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely pulled I'm just going with the flow. I am trying to see how you gonna react to that. Are you gonna stay around, or are you gonna be like, nah, I'm good? And a lot of times, I'm just having a good time too. Okay, cool. So now I know how to proceed with this. But if you say, nah, I'm not with that, messing around. You got to do this, you got to do that. It's like, okay, if I rock with you enough, I'm definitely gonna have to take a step back and and regroup. But for me, ain't no friend zone. There is none. It's
I like
dead.
that.
It's either I'm trying to make you my girl, or I'm just hitting every now and then. Like nothing in between.
Okay, man, you gotta respect the transparency. Jesus Christ, Saeda, hypothetically speaking, you single, man approaching you, and he says some things. He get to giving his elevator speech and things of that nature. How do you come up with okay, yeah, friend zone, and what's the rules of being in that friend zone?
Well, to be honest, I was thinking about it, and I feel like I don't get too many approach like that, or like too many men approaching me. I don't think I give that space, because when they do, I immediately cut them. Like I'm very straightforward, and I'm very blunt with my answers. It was someone that is like, I want to be your friend. Oh, you want to put yourself in the friend zone? I ask him. So, I'm like that. I am like that. So I don't think I have a friend zone, and I don't see, like, the friend zone is someone that is interested in involving sex and romanticism, and I am not interested. So if I am not interested, why am I entertaining that? I don't see the point of even having this person. If they want to walk away, just walk away. I don't care about you. If you want to stay, you're a follower. You are, I don't know what you will be, but you're not my cousin. You're not my family member. You're not my brother. You're not my friend. I just know you. That's it. Our interactions are very limited. And to be honest, last time someone tried to say something or get into a conversation and said something that I didn't like it, I took him to HR. Like that. Yeah. So I'm like that. I'm very straightforward. Like, he involves sex in the conversation. I asked him to stop a couple of times. And I was like, okay, so we work in the same company. I asked him to stop and he didn't. So I took him to HR. Because I don't give that space. And I think it's self-respect. So if I'm not allowing that, and some people probably slide in the DMs and say things, I leave them unseen. Or, most of the time people say, hey, I've watched you on cruise season, and I say, thank you for the support. And that's all I say. And that's it. That's all I have to say. Even though they say beautiful, whatever, I can say, thank you for the support. And that's it. So I don't have to entertain that conversation. That's the way I see it. So for me, there's no friend zone. But what it is, yeah, people have it just for whatever reason. Yeah.
I like that answer. I like that answer a lot. That's B. Friend zone. What does it look like? What are the rules? How do you determine, okay, I'm putting he in the friend zone, man?
If I met a man, or a man approached me and I put him in the friend zone, it would be because I was not attracted to him at all. So I really don't have a friend zone. But from that, it would just be nothing. Now, if he just was persistent and wanting to hang out or whatever, it would be all on him. But he would definitely know that there's nothing going on here. But I would be nice to him. So I'm kind of like OT in that. I don't see a need of that.
All right. I like it. All right. We're going to pay some bills, man. And then we're going to get to the likelihood of elevation from the friend zone. Is it possible, man? What are the odds? We're going to unpack that in a minute. Rojo, the fireball, you get put in the friend zone when that box ain't boxing. Salute to Rojo. You're crazy as hell. Marcus, great answer, Trip. Look, man, I try. Appreciate you, big dog. Darnell, the fireball. That's why being on my roster is better than the streets, because you always know what it is with me. You can still look for a husband and return if needed. That's real. Appreciate you, bro. Cold-blooded Rottweilers, fireball. Women friend zone, they keep dudes around. When men do it, you're dead to them. Happened recently. She won't even say hello when I see her. What's up, London Woods, 10 ball. When I meet someone within the first 20 minutes of our conversation, I'm already categorizing them as my friend, my associate, my acquaintance, business partner, or lover, or who's compatible. And then I set boundaries. Yeah, that's how you should be moving, for sure. Island Girl Q in the building. What up? He gets in the friend zone when you find out he's a manosphere YouTuber. Girl, crazy as hell, man. Salute the Island Girl. Rojo, 2 bar, explains why Mr. Platonic hit you up when he got divorce. Congo, 30 ball, Trill and Ronan, the panel bros. What's going on? What up, G? Appreciate you putting up on us, man. Always, bro. Matthew, 10 ball, Sheba tripping. I hate when women try to make it seem like the friend zone guy is in a better position than the guy who's getting those sweet, watery guts. Friend zone is death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah, friend zone is a tough spot to be in, man. Island Girl, the 10 ball. Nigel, how many times you been friend zone and didn't know?
Well, I knew. I got the hell on.
And there we have it.
I knew that could be
Lord Jefferson Trill, as Nigel gets in the friend zone. Ricky. My boy Nigel ain't doing no friend zones, man. Why y'all? Hey, man, I ain't gonna let y'all do my dog like this.
I just don't see I don't see a benefit from it. I don't see.
But have you ever been put in it, and like, what did you do?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Yeah,
I had a woman that didn't think I was attractive or didn't look at me in that light. It's cool, but I just don't. I don't see like what she was saying, like the role of enjoying her, or it's a good thing for you to be in that. That's what I.
You feel like you on the losing team, like you not.
Well, that's why I call it emotional tampon.
If you're in the friend zone, you don't like me like that.
Really? People friend zoning a 6'4" man's?
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
Now she trolling.
I'm not gonna let y'all troll my dog like this for too much
You need
longer.
a better publicist.
Jesus Christ,
You
man.
need a better publicist.
So we right over time, like
My boy Marcus say Ronan OT answers are my answer.
Hey.
Appreciate it. All right. This one gonna be quick, and then we're gonna get to the last question of the day. I told y'all we trying to get y'all out of here in a timely hour. So just quick answers. The question is, can somebody be elevated from the friend zone?
2 words. Hell no.
From your
No.
Hell no.
They say no, hell no. Yeah, but y'all know my answer. So I put you in the friend zone. That is a life sentence in Pelican Bay. I said quit. Yeah.
You would have to, okay. For you to get out of my friend zone, obviously attraction was not there.
He won the lottery.
Oh, I don't want to put his business out there. Let me see if he in the comments. Okay, no. Okay, I'm just saying, because if he in the comments, but he did say he had to elevate in a way financially and then he said he was hitting the gym but I'm just saying, like, I think for you to get out of friend zone, you have to do a revamp of like, I mean, you can't change how you look, but you could try to do some. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta, I don't know. That's kind of hard. You can't change. It's like
yeah, you can. You can
To
change.
me, if there's a little bit of interest, that's not friend zone. Friend
you
zone,
gotta have a little something for you. I don't know. You in friend zone. That means I ain't see no potential.
Right. Right.
That means I ain't see no potential.
Focus on you, bro.
What if he got a new nose, a new chin, and $1 million?
There you go.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
There you go.
I mean, when you put it like that,
When you say $1 million, is it after taxes or before?
sound like a good person.
He would have to just do like a transformation to be looking like how, and then he can have a chance. Yeah.
See, look, because he can get that 6 figures. He can go get the half of the
money.
BBL.
It's not gonna make me more attracted to you. Like, it's like I'm gonna be happy for you, but like physically, I can't change that. And like, there has to be some type of connection, like physically. Like, you don't have to forever be that way, but like, it gotta start off on something. Like,
he went and got the 6-pack though. That men get the 6-pack. They get that.
He don't need a 6-pack. He just can't be overweight, and he can't.
Wow. He got a 6-pack.
Now we can have weight requirements, huh?
Okay.
You know what? Hold on. So he can't have a dicky do. He can't have a dicky do.
What's that?
He can't have a dicky.
Remember that?
You remember it? Sayada, tell her what a dicky do is.
You say.
That's right.
Where his belly stick out more than his dicky do.
Oh no, see, no, I don't like that. I don't want to feel like I don't like that. I can't
heard
do
that was a plus.
Sorry,
for the
I don't
women.
know.
I heard the extra, like there's an extra rub before the. That's what I heard.
Can I say something about that? Can I say something?
Yeah,
I never liked like shredded men or like so in shape, but it was more like healthy looking men.
Yeah.
But I started thinking and putting in a balance. What are the things that can be worked on? Because that person can work out and look better.
They can, but do they have that in them to do it?
Well, I'm nobody to judge.
Because if I know you,
I have actually let myself go sometimes. So
nothing changing.
So this is the thing where I started taking into consideration is that I don't want this person to do it for me. I want this person to do it for themselves. So what I did is I started motivating the person to do it for themselves, not for me. Because you cannot do those changes. And what if this happens to me? I will want him to have the same grace that I am having for him. Because especially after kids, it's not easy.
Do y'all remember that talk show that came on years ago whether people were like geek to chic or something like that, where they were in high school,
Yeah,
people would
yeah.
pick on them, and then they did all this transformation, and they were like fine, and then they
Like on
wanted
Ricky Lake show,
something like
the
that. They
Oh
wanted
makeover or
to date,
yeah.
something.
they
Yeah.
wanted to date the women. They wanted to go back to the women that basically dissed them in high school,
Right.
and they looked great. Everything about them was perfect as an adult, but as a child or in high school, they were like considered geeks, and they had total transformations. And now men can do laser lipo. They can have six packs real quick in one
So
day.
that's the thing. Like I've dated like nerds and stuff like that, but there's always that potential there. If I don't see that potential there, you like I don't know. You can't change somebody's genetic makeup.
Wow.
And
The
just real
potential
quick,
is not
you
the
can
reality, though.
change the exterior, because even those people like SB talking about, those people lost a lot of weight, they got in shape, they
Mhm.
came back, but you know what didn't change?
Interior.
That mindset of being that nerd in high school and getting picked on and all that trauma that came with that. And oftentimes people be thinking you could change the exterior and I'm cool, but then you start dating that person and those demons start coming right back out. So that's why you gotta be careful with that, man, for real.
Yeah.
But real quick, man, we're gonna get to the last question
Oh, you
of the
said
night.
chance about the getting out of the friend zone?
Oh no. That was the prequel. But
Okay.
but this is the last question of the night. This is the meat of the conversation. Platonic friendship. Hold on, let me find it.
Well, I said meet on the pod, and y'all said pause. You said the meat of the conversation. That's what I was talking about, the pod.
Pause.
And y'all
No,
called me
you
out.
said hold on to the meat.
No.
Or something like that. You said something flagrant like
No,
that. We ain't gonna compare what I said to what you said.
I
We
don't
ain't
think it
doing
was
that one.
that flagrant.
Watch the replay. But again, so speaking to platonic friendship and speaking to being in a relationship, I want y'all to speak to one. Should it be allowed for somebody to have platonic friends while in a relationship? And if so, how do you balance it? So we're gonna start with B Taylor shaking the head. We're gonna start with B Taylor right out the gate.
Thank you, because this melatonin is kicking my ass. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Tired. All right. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna head out. But no, and maybe it's me territorial. I had a boyfriend like years ago where I called him one time and I'm like, hey, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm leaving so-and-so house, and it's a girl. And he's leaving her apartment at like 9, 10 o'clock. And he's like, yeah, we're just hanging out. I'm like, oh no, that's inappropriate. And like, he didn't see anything wrong with it. So then he introduced us. And I was just looking at her like, bitch, like, what you? And she's like, I heard so much about you. Like, oh my God. And I was just like, yeah, I heard about you too. Like, and how he was at your house at this time at night. So I don't like that, because there's some girls that will smile in your face and be sleeping with your man, or they want your man, or they I got trust issues. Sorry, my man personally cannot have no female friend like that. Best friends, can't happen. If that's not your family, no. She's waiting on her moment. She's waiting on her moment. And like, I don't need you confiding in another woman when you should be confiding in me. So I just don't agree with it. And I shouldn't be doing the same thing, because I don't feel like I should have another man. Like, my man wouldn't want me going to another straight man and confiding in him about issues and problems, and talk about I'm hee ha ha laughing on the phone with another man, and my man in the room, and I'm in the living room laughing with another man, a straight man. Like, that's a problem. So me personally, no.
Right, man. Nigel, is when you in a relationship, is having a platonic friend of the opposite sex allowed? And if so, how do you balance?
No, it's definitely not allowed. But I do have understanding when it comes to longevity and friendships. Like I said earlier, like I got to see, y'all friendship beforehand. Like it cannot be nothing new. It can't be no 1 or 2 years or you got to be like years in. Y'all went to college together, high school, grew up together, parents know each other. I need to see y'all parents in pictures together. I need to see that over time for me to even take that friendship serious. Like once you start to come up with excuses on why you can't do this, because I'm doing that with him, or I need to talk to him about what we got going on. Why you feel like you got to do that? Like when people feel like they got to take their relationships and talk to people outside because it's something they're not getting from their partner. That's how I look at it. And if you feel like it's something missing, that's where the communication is. Before you make that step to feel like you should be getting advice from somebody else, you need to make sure you come to me first. Now, if I ain't willing to give you or the time of day to listen to you as a husband or as a boyfriend, and I drop the ball, and you feel like somebody else really that's giving me what I need, that's on me. But if I'm continually being available, being there, always have my ears open and I'm there to listen to what you got going on and vice versa, then I don't really see no need to go outside of that. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like that's okay, then you really don't fuck with me in the long run. That's how I look at it.
I'll say it, man. Andy, first off, should it be allowed within a relationship? And if you do allow it, how do you balance?
Come on now. No. No, not at all. I don't allow it on my end. If we locked in, everybody else, if it's not my brothers, my dad, a male that I'm related to, it's like tunnel vision. My man. And so it's the same way on that end. I don't play that whole, this like my sis. Unless she likes girls too, then that's the only exception. Because I've had that where I've dated a guy and his like best friend was female and she was lesbian, and like she would kick it with all the guys and she was gay, and I was like, okay, unless she just miraculously has some type of switch, and I doubt she's been liking girls for 13 years, she's gonna keep liking girls, then that's cool. But like all that other like, no, I don't think that there is a way to balance it, because in the back of my mind, I'm always gonna be like, why didn't y'all cross that line? Like I'm gonna ask that, like, and why are y'all hanging around? Like, what about the friendship is so like great? What qualities do you like about her? Like, let me know. And then we're gonna break up if you answer that. So
Dang, you say you're gonna break up?
we're gonna break up if you answer that for real. Like, yeah, she's a great person. Like, no, go be with her then.
Jesus Christ. Well, hey, gotta respect honesty. Queen, is it allowed? And how do you balance it if you do allow it? Platonic friendship of the opposite sex.
Oh, wow. I think you have to respect your mate, whatever they are comfortable with, right? You can't, there's no is it or isn't. It depends on your mate and their level of comfortability, right? If they're not okay with it, you got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? You got to prioritize your relationship. Listen, I told you my best friend is a guy. When my husband had female friends, when we were dating, I never said a word. I just watched. I never said a word. I never questioned it. I always assumed something had happened. I don't know that to be true or not, but I just took that position. I said, I'm gonna just watch and see how he deals with this as we progress through the emotional part, right? Because you can still be having sex and not be there emotionally. And I think that's what some of the men are saying. Like, I could do a lot of things with you and not be ready to commit to you. And I was not going to say a word because it really, to me, my empowerment comes from me, not him. I'm not giving you no orders, right? I have to teach you how to treat me. And a lot of times what women don't realize is you ain't got to say nothing. The only thing you have to do is have a talk with yourself and leave, period. And I watched him. And over time, the communication dwindled and dwindled and dwindled. And I became his outlet. Now, another thing is if you do have opposite sex friends, introduce them to them immediately. when y'all know, right? Don't wait till you've been together 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months and then bring and put your new person into that dynamic and they've never seen them, they've never met them, right? When me and my husband were there dating, when you know that y'all, okay, well, we kind of like each other a lot, 3, 4, 5 months. Hey, my best friend want to meet you. Give them a little bit of background about your best friend. Paint a really good visual story. Let them meet and see how the chemistry goes. They'll give you their feedback, either verbally or non-verbally. But at the end of the day, it just depends on your person and what they're comfortable with. And if a person loves you, they're going to adjust. You ain't got to say a lot. And if you have to repeat yourself, they're struggling with letting that person go. And that's for a reason, especially if they're not articulating that and verbalizing that to you, because communication is key.
Well said. Well said. Oh, is it allowed? Platonic friendship of the opposite sex? And if so, how do you balance?
Can't hear you.
Good. I didn't say much anyway. I was still thinking. So the mature me, is it allowed? Yes. At the end of the day, I do understand, especially if we're just kind of coming to this relationship, there was somebody that came before me more times than not, or somebody that you grew up with. Is, some situations. But I am going to ask questions, of course. What does this person mean to you? How did y'all meet? Of course, did y'all mess around? I'm going to ask those type of questions. So just to get a little more understanding. I don't know. For me, I don't do it. I don't think it's wise. When I was younger, I did. I had a few friends, but as I got older, it kind of works itself out. Like Queen Sheba said, just slowly but surely, like things just slowly started to dwindle. Because when I was single, I hung out with these people. We got to know each other, have a good time. It was what it was. But when you start getting serious, you don't want to jeopardize things. You don't want that person to feel uncomfortable. You don't want them to question you. So, some things, if they're not just somebody you see as like in your circle, then I think you kind of slowly let them be. And, y'all keep it casual, be associates, whatever, but just not as close as, you once was. And that's okay. Because sometimes people are in your life just for periods and seasons anyway. So you have to understand that everybody's not meant to ride the ship with you all the way through and through. So the close ones, those that really matter, I think those that really have some type of significant impact in your life, then absolutely yes. Like Queen Sheba said, introduce them, because you shouldn't have nothing to hide. So, this is my people. We've been knowing each other. My mama know they mom, whatever. Like, yes, bring it up like that, but don't just throw something on somebody just randomly all the way down the line. Because I ain't thinking that could have been your side chick or something. Now it's 2 years in and you just telling me about this friend. Why did I know about all your other friends, but I don't know about this friend. So.
All right, well said. Saida. Platonic friendship of the opposite sex, is it allowed? And if so, how do you balance?
I actually agree with everything that Queen Sheba said. Like if you're mature, grown enough, you will be able to manage that and balance, and just the way that she explained it, introduce the person. The only thing that I could add is probably let both people know, because sometimes we only deal with the situation with our partner, and we only talk to them and we try to make them understand that this is our friend, but we never let our friend know that our partner is having an issue, when they could actually kind of like, our friend could have a conversation, especially if it's man to man, or I definitely don't trust all women. Probably I have 4 sisters, and I probably only trust my men around 2 of them, my sisters. So yeah, imagine. So no, not all women are to be trusted. Men to men, I think, is a different type of respect between them, even though I think it's the same way, like you don't trust every man, but I think it should be a conversation between them as well, or at least for both of them to know, so your friend knows that, hey, you're having this situation, and you know, if they have to respect and give you some space, you know, also have to be, or have to happen. That conversation has to happen. That's it.
Well said. Ronnie, is it allowed, man? And if so, how do you balance?
From personal experience, I'm not a fan of micromanagement. And I know certain relationships have been established before I came in the picture. So when I look at it, I sit back and observe. I give you enough rope to redeem or hang yourself. So if we're being transparent, which I prefer to be, then I'm going to see how you interact with certain things when you're comfortable. Because like I don't want to sit there and force someone to sit there and try to cover their tracks like that. And usually over time, when you really get immersed in each other, you start becoming more adamant about your boundaries. People can go so far with you. They're your friends and whatnot, but this person I share, I'm sharing this life in this direction with, there's some conversations you're not privy to. And that's why I said the whole thing about confidentiality, not just myself receiving it, but giving it. So I said to vet them out, just like I'm vetting that person out in a relationship, I'm vetting their friends out because they are an extension of them. They could probably give me some information about how they move or how they talk about who I'm dealing with most times. So I view it as the vetting process. But if it's something screwy going around, I said I want to know the unedited truth before, I can make an honest decision. So you're still on the clock. That's how I look at it.
I agree. SB, platonic friendship with the opposite sex, is it allowed? And if so, how do you balance?
I first want to give Sheba her props because she said something that was very powerful. She mentioned that there is, well, she didn't quite say it like this, but Sheba, there is so much power in a woman's silence. So that was outstanding. And we need to know that. There's so much power in a woman being silent. So I'm giving you a props for that. That was very good. But getting to the actual question, no. no. Stay away from me. Stay away from my husband. No, we don't need those type of relationships around us. So no, on all levels, every way, which way, no. No friends. We don't need that. So I hope I answered your question.
Oh, you did. Flush. And I agree. Look,
No.
man, the only male friends you need outside of me is your daddy, your brother, and our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Outside of that,
No other men.
you want to talk about the relationship, you want to vent, you want to
That's
unpack, you want to get things off your chest, come to me for that. That's what I'm here for. You see what I'm saying? Because again, as a man, and this is the thing I don't think women really understand, man. Our woman is sacred to us. And I mean extremely sacred to us. So if she's talking to other dudes in that fashion, in a vulnerable way, telling them about our relationship, things of that nature, it's gonna be a whole problem. And it don't matter how genuine the intentions are. He could have even been on genuine time. But just the thought of you discussing me, your man, your life partner, to another man, another grown man, is bothersome to me. And if I find out, who knows what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, to alleviate all of that and to keep, people from getting arrested and, things like that, I think we should just rely upon each other for being that, sounding board and that, way to unpack and get things off our chest, because at the end of the day, it's on us anyway as to fix an issue. It's on us anyway as to, doing what we got to do to get past it. So even if you go talk to outside people, you still got to come back to me regardless. So why even waste the time? Just come right to the source. You understand? And if it ain't me, like I said, your pops cool, your brother cool, and our Lord and Savior himself is cool. But any outside grown men, we're gonna have a problem. But I'm very fair in that regard as well. I won't do that either. I don't have women friends. I say it all the time. I have women associates. When we cool with, we chop it up, maybe about some, podcasts, maybe about some business, maybe about, whatever. But as far as divulging my relationship business, never. it'll never happen. You see what I'm saying? And all I ask is the same thing in return. That's it. But again, I understand that there are exceptions to the rule. I understand everybody run their relationship different. But just in terms of me, no ma'am. It's not happening. And my experience with that in the past shapes my opinion to it. But again, thing about man, is that we just know how men think. We know how men operate. We know how patient men are. And we know how manipulative men can be, especially when a woman is vulnerable. Because a lot of times when she going to talk to that man, she in a vulnerable state. And as a man, again, the thought of another grown man talking to my woman when she in a vulnerable state about me is going to rub me the wrong way. So let's just avoid that. We got each other. We in this thing for 40, 50 years until one of us go. Let's sit down in the room and fix it like adults. But all of that extra stuff, all that platonic, oh, no, you ain't got to worry about him. That's just he would never.
Mm.
No, ma'am. Go ahead, Ron.
I agree wholeheartedly. That's why I said, like, I step back and I see how important these certain connections are to you because you're going to tell on yourself every time. Not forcing nothing. Like, it's like, hey, you think that's cool? All right. Now you're going to get the answer that you don't want. But I say it's out of respect. If you don't respect that person, you can't say you love that person. You can't do two things at the same time, especially like that.
Yeah, and just real quick, because it's a lot of dudes out there that be like trying to cling on to their women friends. If your woman say she uncomfortable with that, it's over. The relationship is over. The friendship is over. It's gonna be a lot of distance.
Yeah.
Because again, what my woman is comfortable with is my top priority.
Yeah.
So if again, I could feel like the girl got genuine intentions or whatever. I'm talking about associates, things of that nature. And she say, "Baby, I don't feel comfortable with that." It's done, right there, on the spot. There's no arguing. There's no back and forth. It's no nothing. Because again, women know women.
Yes.
Better than we know women.
Yeah.
If that's your woman, she coming to you and telling you something, it's a reason for it. It's not always insecurity. It's not always just her. No, she sees something that we don't see. Because men are extremely aloof when it comes to, what I'm saying, like recognizing whether or not a girl really like us or whatever. Is she being discreet? Because women real sneaky as hell. You know what I'm saying? So we be thinking, boo, she's just cool. She ain't even on me like that. And then your girl like, yes, she is. Yeah. Yes, she is. And get rid of it. So as a man, you got to do what you got to do. So that's my take on that. I feel like it should go both ways. But again, I ain't judging people who doing it, how they doing it. I'm just saying with me, can't happen. But
let me add the one that's real. It's a hard one here. The woman, I'm going it from the woman's point of view. The woman that's been married, but she was your husband's friend in college. So she got married. So your husband was the friend of her and her husband, but he was always on the woman's side, but everything was cool. So now she's divorced, right? And she still wants to be your husband's friend. And that's a real, now we can call that gray. But this was one of my situations. And I had to tell my husband, I say, that's not a married woman anymore. She's a single woman. Mm-hmm. And he was like, damn, you're right. That is a single woman now, even though she's been married 20 plus years now, she divorced or whatever the situation is, she's not coming with the same type of energy. No. And you do have to remind your men of that because they still see them as how they saw them, But I was like, nah, it's different. Pay attention. So that is very important. Women do need to look out for their husbands. We got to protect them.
Listen to your woman, man. Your woman ain't going to lead you wrong. Or if she is, you picked the wrong one, and that's another conversation for another day. But we're going to pay some bills, man, and we're going to wrap this thing up. I appreciate everybody for tapping in with us, man. Crusader Nation been booming all night long. You know what I'm saying? The chat been on 10. They've been respectful. It's been great dialogue in there. So I'm always here for that. Panelists, y'all already know, man. It's love always. Appreciate y'all time. I know it's a little late. Nigel, welcome to the panel. My boy getting a taste of what these 3-4 hour live streams feel like and look like. Yeah, man. Like I say, man, appreciate you putting up on us, man. All right, pay these bills and we gone, man. Hot spot casino with the fireball. I lost respect for Saeda. You have to watch women like that. For men to get out of the friend zone, she has to see you winning and other women attracted.
Damn.
I don't remember Saeda saying that.
I thought you said it.
It don't even matter.
I don't remember her saying that, gang. But Quentin, 2-ball. I've been in the friend zone for 15.
He lying.
15 years is a long time. You got to give it up.
15
You
years,
gotta give it
tough.
Gone,
That's crazy.
bro. Gone.
Priceless Faith Productions, 2-ball. Love and appreciate y'all, man. We love and appreciate
appreciate
you,
it.
man. Appreciate your time pulling up and kicking it with us. One True Diva with the fireball didn't have quote unquote friend zones, had block zones. All or nothing. I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I like that.
Traveling CPA with the fireball. Friend zone equals recreational. No room for promotion. No opportunities for advancement. Ever.
You're a gopher.
I agree with that notion 100%. Marcus, the fireball to the question. No. I hate your cowgirl hat, Sheba.
Hold on, Marcus. Block him.
Get him out of there. No cowboy disrespect will be tolerated on this panel, man. Island girl with the 2-ball. When a man grow that beard, his glow up. Okay, she's talking about how somebody can graduate from that friend zone, man.
We'll leave
it. Fireball. Let me get that B Taylor friend zone membership. What's the month?
Wow.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Matthew with the fireball. Check out B Taylor's video, Fired After 4 Months, Pregnant Later. Great content for any woman looking to get inspired. Appreciate you, bro. Priceless 2-ball. One.
Oh, I friend zone.
Based on character and compatibility. Am I reading that wrong?
I friend zone. Yeah, they're just
I friend zone someone. Pardon me, y'all with these
acronyms,
man. Come on. But the character and compatibility, yeah, I agree with that. Looks too. We're not gonna be by looks. Come on now.
Looks is first.
Rojo.
How you looking at daylight?
I told you.
You talking about that dicky dude?
He talking about that question in the advice column. Nigga's crazy, man. If y'all tap into the part, y'all know dog. Say Latoya Luckett back to life. Say that. God's favorite Pookie with the 10-ball. Queen Sheba husband, my brother in arms. Snipe game on point.
I don't know what that means. Y'all have to tell me what that means.
They're right.
No, Ronan, I want to know.
No, I'm really.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm thinking you know him, or y'all know him.
Queen Sheba husband, my brother in arms.
That's probably somebody that's trying to insult me under what is it, a felonious alias?
Oh,
I don't know.
Can't give him a lot of money.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? Appreciate you though for the donation, big dog. Ken folk in the building.
What up?
20-ball. I'm a dog red in the building. The only way platonic friendship is allowed is if the couple puts their platonic friends on another person in a social circle. Find a way to keep them out of and away from your relationship. That's facts, man.
Yeah,
that's facts. Appreciate you, bro.
Something.
God's favorite Pookie 2-ball. Peace, keep it G, and stay black, man. Always, big dog. Appreciate you pulling up on us. London Woods 2-ball. Friend zone is Marianas Trenches, Bermuda Triangle.
It's done.
Basically, once you're there, ain't no coming back, man. Appreciate you, gang. Big Mama 44 to 5. Smooth said it best. Platonic friends get effed down. OT, wake up, big dog. Salute
man, come on, man. I'm up, man. I've been up.
You've been doing good tonight, man. Y'all got to give bros credit.
Yeah. Straight from work. He came in straight from work.
Yeah.
Dedication, man. That's what dedication looks like. Congo, 20 ball. Trill, love this dude. Sincere soul, need more people. Look, man, I appreciate you, bro. Always love. You know that, man. Appreciate it. Red, 2-ball, but in my opinion, there will be none.
Yeah.
No friends that are platonic or the outside sex. I agree. Hold on. Let me make sure I ain't miss nobody. Biggin with the 10-ball. Trill, you lying, bro. If 25-year-old Holly Berry wanted to be your friend, you know damn well you're going to stop it, bro. No, man. No. I'm going to shoot at her. I'm not going to try to be her friend. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to either be mine or I'm going to get out the way. if I see you like that, just out of respect, because again, I don't want to have a fraudulent friendship with my intentions, or I ain't coming with integrity to it. I'm coming with ulterior motives, so I can't be your real friend.
It's living a lie.
But I'm definitely gonna shoot for sure. If it's, you know what I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, if I'm single and I run into a woman that look like that, yeah, I mean, we gonna, you know, see what we can do. But in terms of signing up to be in the friend zone, no sir, we cannot do that. I think that's all of them. All right, y'all. We appreciate everybody pulling up, man. It's been a hell of a show. Crusader Nation been deep in the building. We appreciate it. All merch can be purchased, man, at cruseason.com. Make sure y'all tap in. I'm seeing people compliment the hoodies, man. We thank y'all. Everybody who done spent bread with us is love. Y'all know that. Again, Friday, Q&A, Crew and A coming soon Friday. So you know what I'm saying, we look forward to seeing everybody there. Bring y'all questions. If y'all want to come on stage, y'all can cam up, things of that nature, man. And we gonna answer them rapid fire style. I'm actually looking forward to that. For real. And as far as everybody that be sending questions on Instagram in the inbox, and they be like, man, how can I get my questions on the podcast? Well, you got to be signed up to the Patreon. That's patreon.com/crew season. And then you can just send us the question in the inbox, and then they'll get read on the pod. Everybody sending us questions on Instagram, and y'all ain't even worried about getting read. Y'all just trying to get advice. We gonna try our best to answer them. But at this point, if I'm gonna be honest, they coming in at a crazy pace, and it's kind of hard to keep up. You see what I'm saying? But if you subscribe to Patreon, we definitely gonna answer all y'all questions in Patreon for sure. What Island Girl say? SB looking all angelic with the white. Appreciate you, Island Girl. But yeah, so you know that's the protocol for everybody asking, man. If you want your question answered on the pod, subscribe to Patreon. And for everybody that just loose questions, got to catch us on Instagram Live or catch us on YouTube Live on Friday. I think that's everything. Oh, am I missing something?
Patreon people, we got a video coming for y'all.
Facts.
You know, me, Smooth, and B, we answered a few questions from the Patreon. So we got about 30, 40 minutes, something like that, extra something content. Like that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be out Friday. So yeah, look for that.
SB and Ronan.
I actually have a request for the people who do the questions on Patreon. Stop with the anonymous nonsense. If you're gonna ask it, stand on it. Give it alias.
I ain't trying to break. Yeah, I agree. Give an alias. I ain't trying to break nobody's relationship.
I mean, certain situations are, sticky, literally, but still. Anonymous.
Yeah, because I mean, the wild part, like Reese, they be asking to be anonymous, man. We had a situation, somebody was chopped it up with us on Instagram Live, and she was speaking about a man, and the man called her while she was on Instagram Live because he subscribed to the pod too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people be trying to be anonymous. I used to, it kind of frustrated me back in the day, but now I get it. You know, we are elevating at a rapid pace, and a lot of people tapped in. So, but I mean, I prefer y'all to keep it G. But if it's gonna sacrifice your relationship, we ain't trying to do all that.
They want to know what time on Friday. They're asking y'all what time.
That is to be determined, man. I got to tap in with the boys and see what their schedule look like.
Stay tuned on IG and YouTube. We'll make a post.
There it is. Go ahead, SB.
I just want to let y'all know I have a show scheduled with myself and Tommy Sotomayor on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. The man that YouTube loves to hate. So we're going to be having a conversation, and we're going to get to know Tommy on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So
that's gonna be dope, man. Make sure y'all show up, man, and support always. Leaves in the chat. Y'all know how we give it up. Tommy, man, salute to Tommy if he watching, man. I see bro out here making his rounds. He getting back, ingratiated in the space. I love to see that. Dude is a legend. I got a lot of respect for him. So salute to bro.
Thank you for your wise advice, SB. Take a lot of things into consideration. So
all right.
Everybody else too had their contribution. So like I said, still learning. Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it.
That's facts. Queen, you got an announcement before you get out of here?
Look, everybody's going on Friday night. I have, so if you've been following the Shanquella Robinson case, I actually have a live with her legal team on Friday night. If you want to pull up and ask questions about the murder case, what happened, who was there, who's lying, they will be live and answering the tough questions. So yeah, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
It's gonna be fly, man. Make sure y'all show up and support. Leaves in the chat. Y'all know how we give it up, man.
Yeah,
So
make sure y'all follow our boy Nigel too. Unspoken Atlanta.
facts.
Man, Unspoken Atlanta, we actually doing our we starting to do live streams for our film sessions. So we stream all of them live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So tomorrow we actually got a film session tomorrow night. We got Josh Smith coming to the crib tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. In Atlanta time. So an hour, I think, hour before y'all, after y'all, I think, yeah.
Yeah, y'all Eastern.
Eastern time. So yeah, make sure y'all check it out, man. It's a good show. If y'all know what Unspoken Atlanta is, it's a vibe, it's a family over here. We talk about a lot of different relationship topics. It's a good show, man. Just check it out. Subscribe to the channel. Unspoken ATL.
Facts, man. I heard the man. Show up and support, bro. Again, man. Panelists, man. Y'all know it's love. I appreciate y'all time. We done had y'all here long enough. We ain't gonna crack the 4, so you know I gotta be proud of that. You know, I wanted to get us out of here a little earlier, but sometimes the conversation just takes a detour and certain gems are just necessary. You know what I'm saying? Towards where we got to let them ride, man. But, you know, I definitely appreciate y'all. Let Jarrell with the 10 ball. Most girls who have only guy friends and no girlfriends usually have the worst attitude to even date, as well as those guy friends not innocent. Most have hit or is currently tapping it. Unfortunately, it's a lot of truth to that. All right, man. On that note, we up out of here. We appreciate everybody for tapping in. We're gonna see y'all next Wednesday, 9:30-ish. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Friday Q&A, man. Thank y'all. Everybody take care of each other. Be safe out there. And we're gonna see y'all next time, man. We gone.